check.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. I'm sure Ian will join us mid-thing.
Mid-slushy from 7-Eleven.
Yes. Well, mid
Slush.
recap probably. So why don't we go ahead and start with some recapping? You guys cool with that?
Last
Go
time
for it.
on Dragon Ball Z.
No, it's last time on Game of Thrones.
Last time
Game
on
of Thrones.
That is so true for last episode too. It is so true.
All right. So last time, you guys decided to help Avalis with her.
help,
Change this-
quote unquote.
Change this music before she gets her videos taken down.
It's fine. All the music I use is probably copyrighted. We'll be fine.
Guys,
Just imagine like the Game of Thrones title sequence with the map of Bostia. You
Yeah,
see,
it's like zooming it on cities that are building up and flies across the world to some ocean, and there's like it zooms out, pans over, diving into Malona where you see big tall spires rising out of the ground. This is great. Anyway, so last time you guys decided to help Avalis with her essentially security and extra ears at this negotiation that was going to occur at the Silver Creek Chamber of Unity. You guys traveled there and carrying some hill giants along the way, which you dispatched without issue because you guys are ridiculous.
I mean, Avalis kind of did a little bit.
Yeah.
too.
She kind of has disintegrate, and I really wanted to use it, so essentially you guys arrived at this place at Silver Creek and decided basically we're waiting for you're waiting for Victor to show up, one of the delegates from the, well, not a delegate, but one of the members of the Corporation of Alchemical Goods. He never showed up. You guys waited and waited, and you're like, well, whatever. And then eventually, finally, he did show up with a pirate in tow who had been hired to intercept him, you guys, and kill him. He managed to be the only pirate that survived, along with Victor being the only person to survive other than the pirate. You guys then basically shackled him up and said, "We'll interrogate you later," and brought him to the chamber, and left him to be watched by Gil. You guys then went in and started these deliberations, basically being an ear and a mediator sort of deal, making sure everybody stayed on track, and being bored out of your skull at all of the trade stuff going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might randomly mute once in a while because I still have this cough, and I was watching the video and I realized how annoying it was, so
Wasn't
I'll
that
see what I
bad,
can do.
dude,
it
relax.
really
No, it
wasn't
was
that bad.
Okay. Alright. Well then,
It's just, you put more criticism on yourself.
it's true.
Yeah.
You guys then... Fine, you'll get the cough. You guys then Gil was having a conversation with the pirate, which led to him actually unshackling him and telling him to leave, at which point he vanished, disappearing outside.
On
Just
that
as
note,
Gil...
sorry. On that note, it took me a while to realize. Oh wait, he is greater than invisibility.
Yeah, you guys basically, just as Gil changed his mind and went to shackle him up again, there was a vroom, and he stepped through a door, it seemed, and flew somewhere. Gil ran outside, looking for him, but couldn't find him. Busted open the place. All he found was Ian in a bathroom. Nothing really. I have no idea where he went, unfortunately. You guys then returned to the building, Gil vowing to keep Victor safe for the rest of the time. Sorry.
Yeah, we all realized what I was doing that entire time, right?
Yeah, hiding above his room using his awesome slippers.
I thought you were
Hiding.
making a move on Victor.
Yeah.
Hiding above Victor's
Bye,
door.
Gil.
There was then a series of intense and confusing events that occurred throughout the evening. It was kind of weird for a while. Gil learning that Ian owed people money, and then watching somebody try to assassinate Victor, which blew the whole place wide open. There was a fight. There was some confrontation between the party. And it ended with you all getting Bigby's handed out of the Chamber of Unity and into the streets where you continued your argument, at which point Ian, feeling confronted and upset about that, went whoop and disappeared again. This again, quote unquote, disappeared. The night ended essentially with you all heading in your separate directions. Emir carrying a recently discovered unconscious Kale inside of the Chamber of Unity. Ian packing his things and talking to Avalis, and the rest of you heading to the bar. Jeez.
Okay, now it's going bad, man.
Yeah, now it's...
I don't even smoke, guys, I swear.
Rip.
Okay.
Craig's kill.
Rip cancer.
Who are you? Krigan's kill.
I mean, needs me. That won't really matter in a minute, no, because you guys are going to get a long rest, and so you'll go back to full. But essentially,
I just don't know how much full is right now.
Let me just look. You took average, right?
Probably.
Okay. Then it's a D10, so you get 11. You get your 10 plus your Constitution for first level, and then it's 6 plus your Constitution for every level after that. So
do some math. As the morning comes to everyone, you all start to wake up wherever you were left, and surprisingly, actually, Gil and Cyrus, you guys do not wake up on the floor of a bar as you expected. You actually wake up in a cot, like a nice, soft cot, and you're kind of confused because the last thing you remember was consuming copious amounts of alcohol. And
Right.
I checked for my gold pouch.
It's there.
Checking everything. Bag of holding.
You see a woman named Astrid sitting on a bunk. No. So you wake up. You wake up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do I have a giant gash on my stomach and it looks like it was sewn up half-haphazardly and I'm in a fucking
Bathtub of ice.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's yeah, and as the bag starts leaking, you gain more use over your brain. You can change your appearance at will and turn into a USB stick. No, you're fine. Like, you're unscathed. You're actually comfy. Besides the headache that you're definitely going to have from the brutal hangover. As you sit up, a woman walks into your room.
Who are you?
I'm like, Gil, remind me to invent sunglasses.
Where's sunglasses?
A woman walks into the room, and she says, "Good morning," and she's an elven woman, I believe. And she kind of says, "Good morning. Nililin brought you here. You're welcome to stay as long as you need to. I've got coffee outside, because I'm sure you'll need it after the night you had." She kind of chuckles, and she seems... If you could pick one word to describe this woman, it would be motherly. Like, she just seems very gentle and kind, and she's just kind of like, "Yeah, my name's Thea, and we're at your disposal, and me and my husband are at your disposal as long as you need us, but you're welcome to stay here if need be. Though a man came by the house this morning and requested that you return to the Chamber of Unity as soon as you can. I believe they need you there. But yeah, come out for food if you'd like." And with that, she kind of nods to you and walks out of the room.
I throw an arm around Gil and I start wobbling down to the breakfast table.
I do the same thing. I'm just like,
Okay, so you guys are
go on, teamwork. Let's go.
you can hear in the background, "What do you do with a drunken sailor?" What? And you just guys are walking down the hallway. You come to a nice, a nicely furnished, not the biggest house in the world, but it's a nicely furnished little home. It's very homey. There's a fireplace. There's some chairs around a table, and Nil is already sitting at that table, beginning her meal. You guys basically come around and
What happened?
You guys were really drunk, and I brought you to a place where you didn't have exhaustion.
I could have sworn you were drinking with us. I mean, did you
what?
stop? I don't remember.
I don't remember
Rufine.
much of last night. What happened last night?
as you say that, you get the worst headache you've ever had in a while as this little 6-year-old girl runs into the room and yells out, "Good morning!" And she yells it as loud as she possibly can.
I smash my head right against the table. Oh, God.
She runs over and jumps onto Nil's lap and is like, "Hello, welcome home." And she looks across the table. "Ooh, you have friends? I didn't know you had friends." And she's like really animated and bubbly and like she
She'll
just
just Negative.
I think
she starts eating Nil's food. Like she's just going for it.
I just
Good
have
morning,
like the
Mary.
grumpiest. I just have the grumpiest like hangover. Like, just kill me right now. Look.
Nil's very happy. Nil's smiling and just very visibly happy.
Yeah.
I sit up. I'm like, "Hello, little one. What's your name?"
She extends her hand across the table very formally, and she goes,
Don't make eye contact.
My name is Miri, and I am your host." And then she looks at Nil. Hostess. I am your hostess. And she leans across the table to shake your hand.
Piece works. Good lord.
I stand up and like a little bit wobbly, and I extend my hand for her like a gentleman.
And she shakes your hand, and she's kind of like, "Thank you for being so polite in your new abode for the time being." And she looks at Nil and she's like, "I learned the word abode last week." And she looks so happy.
I stealth at the table to avoid
Nil pets her
toddler's
head.
gaze.
you see, as you're eating there, you see a couple more people file into the room, just kind of smile at the exchange. You see this an elven woman with glasses, like spectacles, and she like pushes them up onto her nose, and she kind of looks over at you all, and she's like, "Good morning," and she kind of walks and sits in like a big armchair, starts reading a book. She like curls up and starts reading a book, and you see a man. Eventually, you see a man, an older elven man, walk in, and he looks like a strong, like well-worn man. And he kind of walks in and he says, "Good morning, everyone. My name's Varys, and this is my home. I see you've met most of the family."
I appreciate you giving us room in your home. I'm very thankful for that.
You said.
We had from what I could tell, we had a rough night.
Indeed, you did. And
Yeah. No, what happened last night?
well, all I know is there was a knock at our door very late, and Nil and a bartender were carrying you into my house, and so we set up cots for you, and we made sure everything got done. You'll be fine. Kind of smiles. It's just a warm place, and it's nice after the altercation last night to just have some peace. As that's happening, camera zooms out and zooms into the Chamber of Unity, where Amir, you are waking up because you went back to the Chamber of Unity to sleep, as you were invited back in by Volus. You kind of wake up, very distressed from the previous night. It was
So, when I got back with Kale, I would I probably would have laid him down in a room and asked Avalis if she could aid in seeing what had happened to him.
Yeah, and she did take some time with him, and she basically said that he was stable and alive, but she didn't know what was going on. Basically, all you saw was he was sweating profusely and just not waking up.
Okay.
And she said, she told you that there was nothing you could do now, just to go get rest, and they'll try to fix it in the morning.
Okay, but he's still alive to my knowledge. Correct?
He's still living. Yeah, I mean, he was alive when you left him last night.
Okay. And when I was with her, I would have discussed the things I wanted to talk to her about in that letter.
Right.
So that probably all happened. When I wake up, I am going to pack my things, get ready to to meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay.
And then I will check to see if on Cal's condition.
Okay. So sorry, you gave Avalis that letter that you were telling me about?
Well, it probably wasn't a letter since I saw her. I probably
Yeah.
would have just
Talk to her.
asked
Okay.
her. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she was thinking over it, and she kind of, at the time she gave you kind of a look of concern because of what had just recently happened. But she said she would be happy to accommodate you if that's what you really needed.
Okay.
As you go into the room that Kale is in, he's still there. You still see him breathing very heavily,
Hmm.
and he's sweating profusely. Like he's just burning. You feel his head. He's not actually warm. He's just sweating and breathing super heavily, and it's really uncomfortable to see because it looks like his body is in distress while he is not actually dying or anything. There's something clearly wrong.
Okay. I will either based on what Avalis had told me, if they're going to take care of him, or otherwise I will make arrangements for him to be sent to like a like place of
Like
healing.
Hospital S?
Yeah, in Bologna. Yeah, in Bologna. Like
Okay.
one that I know of.
All right, perfect. So you kind of start making arrangements and thinking about how that can be done and getting some caravan people on board. Ian, you awake from a very restless sleep. I'm hesitant to let you even have your long rest, but I'm going to let you have it. But you wake up and it was a rough night. After everything that went on, you sat up awake thinking for a long time and finally passed out just out of sheer exhaustion. Anything you'd like to do?
Did I get the request for the Chamber of Unity or whatever?
Can you get the which? Sorry.
Did I get the same request about returning to the Chamber?
No,
of Unity?
you're in the Chamber of Unity. You went back to your room and just stayed there, so nobody came by.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand up for a second, look at the bag that I'd packed up before.
Yep.
Set it down and then walk out to the chamber.
Okay. As you walk into the chamber, you see there are 3 people currently sitting around the table, and it's really awkward because they're all like just sitting like really close to each other, but there's a huge table, so it looks kind of silly. But you see sitting there Arcanist Blazestone, the Golden Dragonborn, and he is kind of talking under his breath and very quietly. You also see Victor sitting there. He's chatting as well. And you see Avalis sitting and listening. And it seems to be the most civil that you've seen them conversing with each other. Yeah, they aren't yelling. They aren't getting angry at each other. They're just sitting there and they're talking. No guards, none of their second in commands, none of anybody is around. It's just the 3 of them. And as you enter, there's like the boom of the doors opening, and they all kind of look up, and Victor stands up, and he's kind of like, you are Lanros Silver, are you not?
That's me.
Yes. Well, kind of looks down at his feet for a moment, and you can tell he's thinking about what he's going to say next. He's not sure. He kind of looks up and he says, I appreciate you and your friends saving my life last night. I would not be here if they and yourself did not help. I was told by Avalis here that that you all stepped up and fought the assailant. who we then interrogated and we found out about. But I appreciate it. And he kind of stares you down, and there's a moment, and you know in your mind that he knows exactly who you are. But he kind of just looks you up and down, and he just kind of nods and just sits down and continues. And he says, "We are currently finishing our deliberations for this new trade. Unfortunately, we don't think it will end in an agreement, but we wanted to prevent further bloodshed of any sort." And Avala says, "Yes, unfortunately, it doesn't look like an accord will be reached. It looks like the Corporation of Alchemical Goods will remain outside of Malona for the time being." And after that comment, Victor doesn't seem upset, but Arcanist Blazestone is kind of like nodding and shaking his head and thinking very hard about something, but he nods and he then turns up to me and says, "Yes, fortunately, times are not in our favor and cannot control the ebb and flow of fate. Believe in such things." And he kind of chuckles to himself.
Yeah, if somebody feels strong enough to, well, given the events of last night, I didn't expect an accord to be reached.
Victor kind of nods and he's like, "Nor did I." With that, are the rest of you headed back to the Chamber of Unity, or are you guys just doing anything else? Like, what's going on?
I'm not rushing back. Like, if it were to go back to if the camera were to zoom back to Nils' house, Cyrus would be doing changing forms to like entertain Miri.
Oh, like with your hat?
Yeah, with my hat.
I
Look, I'm your dad. Whoa, that's weird.
Spooky. No.
Look, Nil.
After a little bit, I probably started headed back.
Okay, so Gil will say that you arrive at the Chamber of Unity. You open the doors, and you see Amir kind of wandering the hallways, getting ready to enter the chamber, see what's going on.
Hey, Amir.
Hey, Gil. How was your night?
Hungover wouldn't be an accurate description. Let's just say I feel like I got hit by a rock.
Sorry.
From some kind of
Some kind of cyclops.
creature?
Anyway, where's everyone else?
Well, I'm glad you're safe. Ian is here in the chamber. I'm not sure where the rest are. Were they with you?
Yeah, Cyrus and Nell they're at Nell's place.
Okay. When they return, I would like to hold a meeting.
I would very much like that.
Very well. If you see them, please let them know.
Yeah. Where about Kale? Because he was like gone that entire debacle last night.
Yes, it seems as though he is unconscious. He remained in critical condition last night.
Critical condition? The fuck?
Yeah, I did what I could with the Valis to stabilize him, but I have made arrangements for him to be taken to our healing center.
Huh.
You can say hospital, it's okay.
Our hospital.
You could say hospice.
Our
You can-
healing
hospice.
Hospice.
I think hospice is a little bit different, but
Yeah.
it's like Jesus.
It's not in this world.
Jeez. Well. Yeah, I'm gonna. Is Ian inside? Do you know?
Is Kale inside?
No, Ian.
Is Ian inside? Yes, I believe so.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we've got a Gil. Amir, are you going to go in there too?
Based on, I think, based on Gil's actions, Amir kind of gives him a moment alone with Ian.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if that's kind of how I interpreted that. But
Right. Okay. Well, Gil, you open the door, and everybody in the room again turns and looks at the door. You see Blaze Stone, you see Avalis, you see Victor Dashmill, and you see Ian sitting
Yeah.
around a table, cursing.
Well, first of all, I go up to Valis and I just kind of like apologize about last night.
She kind
That
of
was-
just nods. She doesn't really say anything. She says, she just kind of nods and smiles.
I look over to Victor, like, I'm glad you're doing well.
He says, "Yes, I appreciate the life saving. There's not much other way to put it." And he kind of chuckles. I do appreciate that. It's not often somebody's attacked twice in the same sort of couple of days.
Yeah,
Weird. That
it's-
happens to us all the time.
Yeah, it happens to us all the time, but, you know, get used to
He's
it.
like, "Really? That
I'm not
Must
even
be.
there.
fun?" No, Cyrus isn't even there.
Hey, he's got a point, though. Yeah, it happens to us all the time.
Are the rest of you guys heading back, or eventually?
Yeah, I'm eating slowly and then going back.
Okay. What about you, Nil? You're gonna
Nil-
head back with them?
Nil will help poor drunk Cyrus.
No,
Hungover Cyrus.
I imagine this is like the first time he's been really, really drunk.
Cyrus hasn't lived long enough to experience this before, and you regret it so much.
Never fucking again.
As you guys finally make your way back, you see Amir kind of standing out front, waiting for you all, and he flags you down. Eventually, you all, I'll just say for the sake of brevity, unless you want to do something.
Well, I wanted to pull Mir aside and I wanted to apologize for last night, Amir. It was not a good night. I'm not
Cyrus,
used to. I'm not used to people I can trust. It's just been an odd experience for me as of late because you guys are reliable, and I've never really had that structure before. I want to thank you for that because I can kind of. I don't know. I can let me be myself, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And Cyrus, you are not at fault. I do not hold you accountable for what happened last night. But you and Nil should come inside. Gil and myself would like to hold a meeting and discuss what has happened.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Nil.
Sure. I mean, I don't really
Okay,
know
so-
what's going on, but
This is a very, very difficult internship. As you
yeah.
you enter the Chamber of Unity, you see, the rest of the people sitting there.
I just want to say it's probably not that bad an internship with how much slave driving interns have to do.
It's true. Avalis kind of looks up around the table and she says to all of you, our deliberations have just concluded, and I have a feeling. She kind of looks around the room at all of you. I have a feeling that you'll all want to talk. So, Victor. Sorry, she doesn't say Victor. She says, "Mr. Dashmill, Magnus Blazestone, shall we depart? We can all try and we'll get home now." And Mr. Dashmill, sir, we'll accommodate your trip home, seeing as you no longer have a ship. She kind of shakes her head and she says, It's been a crazy week. And they kind of leave, and as they're leaving, Avalis, she's the last one out the door, and she kind of pokes her head back in and she says, Please don't blow this room up. And she closed the door behind her.
And I cast fire.
Sorry, what?
Before they leave, I just asked them, like, war isn't happening right now, right?
Avalis is kind of like, There's not a war yet. And you see she's very stressed. There's not a war yet.
I would like to keep it that way.
So would I.
Okay.
Then she closes the door behind her dramatically. You guys are left in the Chamber of Unity, a large table and a bunch of chairs, waiting for you to talk it out.
Okay.
I gotta sit down.
Everyone, please take a seat.
I go ahead and take a seat.
Yeah, and you guys, as you're sitting here, you find it's oddly appropriate because you guys know that there's always a mediator from the Tower of Magi present, and right now Amir has sort of taken up that role. It's kind of good in a way.
You know, I didn't even realize that, but that's kind of funny.
Okay, so you guys sit around the table.
Where's
Okay.
Kale?
That is my first order of business. Kale, unfortunately, is unconscious at the moment. I'm not sure
sorry?
what happened. I suppose I am as well. We never really became close with Kale, at least myself. Not sure about the others of you, but apparently last night he became unconscious, and Avalis and I took some time to figure out what was wrong with him, but we could not. I have made arrangements for him to be taken care of. Hopefully he will be well. I'm not sure if he will want to rejoin with us or we'll ever see him again, but
Was he attacked too?
it did not appear so. It seemed like he was just sweating profusely. Not entirely sure what had happened.
You think whatever it is was contagious?
I surely hope not.
I don't know where I am near, but I start to like scoot away.
If it was contagious, my cure wounds would have helped, because I tried to help him last night, but to no avail, clearly.
It could be some kind of disease, though.
It most certainly could be.
Maybe Saren Ray has been displeased by him. I don't know.
Well, he did kill
Killed
Aelin.
Aelin. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, killed Aelin.
You guys,
Yeah.
Although she kind of, yeah.
we joke about this, but he did release Aelin from what we understand, so...
Yes, but I don't know who Aelin is. So
That's right, you've never met
former-
him.
Former
Long
member
story.
for Tournament Vitae. Anyway,
He was a good person.
Friendly member.
No. Hopefully,
Now-
Kale will recover. I
What about
wanted
his
to hold
gold? What about the gold we gave him?
Well, he is still in the Chamber of Unity in a room. I don't think the caravans has come to
No, Kale is still in the
transport him
room.
yet. So, if any of you want to,
What? Lose his unconscious body?
Out of character, this would be the most dick thing to talk about right now.
well,
These guys are not paying hospital bills. Sheesh.
yeah, exactly.
well,
Hey, healthcare ain't like free around these times.
No, it is not.
Whatever healthcare
Moving
is.
on.
Bostia is
Moving
not Canada.
oh god, I gotta wait 6 weeks now?
Yeah, but it's cold as shit all the time, so it might as well be Canada.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
I'm sorry, Amir. Ian, I look over at Ian and I'm like, I have to apologize for last night. I might have overreacted very harshly.
Wow, I
Sorry, shouldn't have
wasn't
to apologize.
expecting.
I'm not a trusting person. And when Gil mentioned something, I might have reacted in a way that was unfavorable. And for that, I apologize.
Thank you. I did a lot of thinking last night, and well, it's hard to blame you. I'm not the most trustworthy person at times.
Damn right, but at the same time, I would also like to apologize. I like Gil kicks his feet up on the table because fuck it, no authority figures are here. Fuck this shit.
And if it makes you feel better, Ian, Gil and I currently are on the death throes from this fucking alcohol. I don't know what I drank, but it was bad. Whatever it was.
What the
You
fuck
drank
did we
pretty
drink,
much
dude?
the whole bar.
Did I do that?
You both.
Wait,
did that.
how
I
much?
do
How
that.
much money did I spend?
I don't know.
Fuck,
I
how much
wasn't
money did I
looking.
spend?
You'll find out when you check your gold pouch.
I go to count it, and then my head starts pounding. I'm like, oh, just fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, fuck it, math. Anyway, yeah.
Well,
Listen, I know that a little bit of my personal business has been, I guess, spread among the party now. I'll have to say, though, that if I'm going to be traveling with you, you're just going to have to accept that I will always be at odds with those people from Lien's.
You know, I understand if you don't like them, but I mean, you got a debt. Why don't we just pay it? We've got a fucking giant sapphire dragon head. Can we just give it to them?
Also, you have to also
If I
consider
if I owned half of Bostia, I wouldn't pay them back.
Holy
You'll-
shit! What is this debt?
but you have to consider. You have to
No.
consider, Ian. Our
No, I
name.
would. I can afford to pay it back now. It's simply that I won't on principle.
Can we pay it for you? I mean, just
We have
I-
to think of the name
or
of the company. Fraternum Vitae loses credit when it looks like we'll just break a promise, Ian. If this is such a thing,
But I
why?
mean,
Why do you owe them? Did you borrow money?
Not exactly.
did you steal?
Not exactly.
Come on,
I owe them.
Put
I owe
put the
them money
cards on
because, well, what do you know of Lien's?
the governor likes us.
The governor
some of
doesn't
us.
really have much
I-
power.
I
at
don't-
Lien's.
I know that.
I was more of an Amaranthine boy, so
Yeah,
Lien's
but-
is mostly run by the merchant guilds. They
I look at Gil and I'm like,
are essentially the
Sounds
government there.
it's actually quite similar in Amaranthine. Most of the
It's gotten
Most of-
bad.
most of the trade is controlled from the underground. It's not.
It's become pretty bad in Lien's. The merchant guilds are actually writing the laws,
oh, that's not cool.
deciding who can be in business, what should be enforced.
That explains why we're not expanding to lands.
Long story short is,
Could I make an insight on what Ian's
Yep,
saying?
you can make an insight check. Go for it.
I fully believe him.
Continue. You can continue
Why
speaking.
does I actually legit
Well,
believe him?
I totally believe you.
I mean, it's not that. It's not that you totally believe him. It's that, I mean, he's not
I
like
can't read
giving
every
off any
copy.
signal. He's not giving off any signals that would make you think he's lying. So there's no reason for you to believe that he
But-
is telling an untruth.
So
An untruth.
I guess really to put it simply, they hit me with a cart and charged me for the damages. But my hatred for the guilds and Lians goes much further back than that.
Well, Amir,
I
what do you
should
think?
mention that the probably would not have hit me if they hadn't removed the speed restrictions on merchant carts in the city.
Huh.
I'm sorry, that's a weird way of putting it. I'd imagine so. Yes. Amir, is anything for you to say on all this?
Hmm.
By the way, I'm so sorry, Neil. You got dragged into all this nonsense.
No, it's all right. I'm just trying to piece together what is actually going on.
Well, I originally wanted to call this meeting to discuss the events that took place last night. Personally, I have already apologized to Professor Avalis on behalf of Fraternum Vitae.
Oh God.
But
Really
I believe
screwed up
each of
this time,
us-
boys.
I believe each of us should perhaps individually apologize as well. Yes, we sort of let her down, and I'm ashamed of our actions as a whole.
You ain't the only one.
Fortunately, we were able to prevent the assassination of Mr. Dashmill, so that was good. But I'm sure that news of what has happened here will travel and spread like wildfire. I'm a little bit worried about the negative impact that it may impose on our establishment and reputation. I think it was good for us to talk here. I think we are making progress, but for the better part of a year, we have been together, and I would hate to see any internal struggles bring us apart. Is there anything else that any of you would like to say?
I guess. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go first. You were speaking first.
I mean, I guess like I said, I apologize. I made a rather hasty conclusion.
And I'm sorry I wasn't more forward about my reservations.
And I understand that, on principle, you did have no love for these guys, and that I get that. But at the very least, can we pay off their debt so that we're not always having to look behind our backs on the road or something?
I'd rather you didn't.
Well,
Besides, I don't think they'd count it unless it came from me.
We have a giant dragon head made of sapphire.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Well, I mean, you were there, don't you remember?
I wasn't.
I don't.
I am
Yeah, but I don't
curious.
think I was paying attention.
Okay, well, remember when we went into the Drow City and we met Phil?
Yeah, Phil, right?
Phil.
Yeah.
Well, he told us to go take down the RP. He told us to go take down the Drider. I don't remember her name because she was nothing.
And
of
we
it.
did
David.
that. So you paid us
We
with a
did-
giant sapphire head?
No,
No. Remember we had Talamar with us. And
Oh,
yes,
good
Oh,
old-
that-
yeah!
that-
It's all
that-
coming
that-
back to me. I'm sorry, I was in a
that
bit of a
wonderful
daze that day.
That wonderful dwarf, he in all his dwarven strength, he carried that thing all the way.
Oh, she's a kill.
Speaking of which, I wonder whatever happened to him.
Oh shit, that's right. He left a little note. He's in gents.
Gents.
Apparently, yeah,
Oh,
he's hiding out in
maybe-
gents. Although he doesn't need to hide, but whatever.
Maybe
Unless-
he's got a chance to meet. What was his name? Malak.
Malak Dubois.
Malak.
you don't remember the name of my business partner?
I mean, I've never really done business with him, honestly.
I miss Malak.
Speaking of business,
Do you miss Malak that much? I could go back to him, man.
I noticed this town. There seem to be boxes of kolaches, circling about. Ones that I didn't deliver. Has my boat arrived?
They're
Just-
being sold.
Ian, just make an unskilled intelligence check.
Oh man, I hope this is what it is.
Oh my god.
Please.
So this -1 because I don't know how to do unskilled.
Okay.
If you look on the page with all your skills at the very bottom.
Okay.
But anyway, you know that you asked the ship to go about a week ago, and you know it takes about a week for ships to get across the sea. So these couldn't be your kolaches unless somebody sent a letter ahead for you for some reason.
Huh.
No, we got some competition.
Oh Mike did. Oh, I knew this would happen.
We should investigate, see if it's Malak's recipe. Yes.
Is it this important? Don't we have other matters to deal with?
Yeah,
You have
yes.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, Neil, but at the same time, I feel like we need to repay Ian in some way for our actions last night. And
Competition is
Well-
healthy.
competition is healthy, but also if it's inferior product, right?
Right.
I mean,
Maybe
if
they're
it's-
competing on a cost basis rather than a quality basis.
It's good to know as a merchant, and if Ian's going to be a merchant of kolaches, then he should know about his competition.
That's fair enough. But I would, if anything, I know. Well, I should quickly take care of it. Cyrus, yes, you probably both of you and I know.
Well, I
yes,
can't. I'll just pick up one of the boxes on the way. I can't very well do much more than that when we're this far away from headquarters. So,
Fair point.
no, but we could also ask about prices. To be fair,
yeah.
Really find
anyway.
some dude that's on it.
As you guys are discussing this, the door slams open, and you
Oh,
see
shit.
Arcanist Blazestone standing there, and he's like, "Is your friend the one that was unconscious last night?
What happened?
Yeah.
what's up?
You should come to his room right now.
Oh,
I
shit.
slam my
Please."
chair down and
Okay.
run.
All right.
We're all
um,
running?
All right,
See-
we're all going there.
Okay.
Everyone looks at each other and just bolts.
Yeah. Basically, as you guys come into the room, you come around the corner and you see Kale is like, it looks like he's having a seizure. Like his body is shaking violently, and he's yelling. Actually, that's the weird thing about the seizure is he's calling out like and he's just like shaking really violently. And it's
Power
just,
Center compel you.
Arcanist Blaystone, is Professor Avalis still here?
just as you say that, she rounds the corner. She's like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And she looks at the room. She's like, "Oh my goodness. I'm not a healer." She runs into the room and she kind of starts feeling his head. And she's like, "He's not even warm. I don't know what's going on."
Would Nil
walk
know
in-
about any
I-
healers in the town?
She would if you'd like to go run and get one.
Yes. She just bolts.
Okay. Nil just disappears. She just turns and runs out of the building.
I walk in, grab his wrist, and I check for his pulse.
It is beating quickly, like boom, 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 boom. Like it's unhealthily fast. and you feel, but again, you feel his forehead, and you just like feel, his face and stuff, and he's not hot at all. He's just fine, but there's clearly something ravaging his body. All of a sudden, it stops. He just, woof, and he's lying there. His eyes snap open, and they're glazed over in white. The Kale sits up in the bed, and it's like really weird to watch. He slowly sits up in the bed, and he turns to all of you, and he starts speaking to you. But the voice that comes out is not his own. The voice that comes out of his body is it sounds like it's coming from across a great expanse, and it's got echoes to it, and it's got layers. Like it's got a deep layer, and then a mid-range layer that's his normal voice, and then a high layer that's coming through. And he turns and he says,
Creepy fucking shit right now, man.
yeah, he turns and he looks at you all. No pupil. His eyes are just sheer white. And he says, the purging, I don't know what happened, but something has gone amiss. I have failed. I can't. And as he says, I can't, you see, he just screams out, and the scream is terrifying, as it's this layered low, mid-range, high-range shriek, and it's again like across a great expanse, but the yell is right in your ears. Gil and Cyrus, you specifically feel pain from this thanks to your hangover. There's just and it's just it's terrifying, and it stops, and he looks, and again the pupilless eyes staring at all of you, and he's kind of like, the battle for Aylin's soul has been lost. Something has gone amiss. I do not know where I fell short, or why Sarenrae's power did not flow through me enough. But something has fallen. Something has happened.
What does this mean?
I
What
do-
do you mean failed?
You need to be more specific.
He kind of straightens himself and stands in front of you all, and you guys are used to Kale. He's usually kind of either really jovial or really serious. This voice is stoic and eerie, and he kind of says, when his soul was purged of the evil that was the drow goddess Lolth,
Yeah, she's a bitch.
something went amiss. You see, it seems as he was being transferred to Sarenrae's realm, another force interfered. One that my power, even though I was infused with holy energy, was not able to stop. I don't know what did this. I don't know why it would happen to Aylin, but it did.
Well,
And his body shudders for a second, and you see the eyes, as if, even though they're pupilless, you can just tell they're rolling back further, and he just leans forward, and he has to steady himself on the bed. He says, because my power was used to convey him originally, and my power was that which was intercepted. It has given the entity that intercepted him a great power over my flesh, and he kind of grunts.
Do you want us to mercy kill you? Is that what you need? I'm confused. What do we need to do?
He says, it's too late for mercy killing, and he kind of shakes his head. He says, no, I must seek out the one thing that I will always, that always kept me on one straight and narrow, though it wasn't my preferred. And you see him shake, he's visibly shaking now, and he says,
I'm whispering to Cyrus, what the fuck, dude?
Shut up, Gil.
He looks right at you, Gil, and he's like, You must hurry. And then
Me?
he kind of, yes, you. And then he looks, and he falls back on the bed and poof, unconscious. No reaction. The sweating has stopped, and he just seems to be lying there.
I'm getting so sick of cryptic shit.
Ian has a hunch, and
Nil
Is
comes
there, like, a
running
plate?
back with like an old elderly person who heals.
Yeah. And as you walk into the room, you see everybody just standing there, jaws agape, like, wow.
is there like a plate or a bowl in the room?
There is. Yeah, there's a small bowl.
Okay. I'm going to empty out whatever's in it and fill
Okay.
it with water and take
Okay.
it to Evalis and say, "Quick, scry Aelin."
Oh no!
Okay. She kind of says, why? I mean,
Here,
Of
one of you has one of his weapons. The scrying works better if you have something of the owner's.
I pull out the rapier. Please,
Okay.
Evalis.
and she kind of looks, she's like, of course, yes, yes, for sure. She takes the rapier and she sits down on the ground, and the DM double-checked some rules.
Weren't expecting that shit, were you, Craig?
What's going on?
I have no fucking clue.
I can't read.
Look, all I know is that when they purged
Okay,
his soul, he
wait.
went
Yeah.
elsewhere. And if the purging failed, where is he now?
Okay,
Oh,
she sits down and
shit.
she starts casting a spell, and you guys know, like, she could have taken time to cast this, but you see she just does it right away, and her eyes glaze over with a white, and then they disappear, and she goes, it failed. I can't. It's not that his will pushed me away. It's that I cannot find him on this plane. He's not here. He's not in Bostia, at least. He's not.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed.
I don't know.
It could mean that Kale was wrong. It could mean that he's ascended to a celestial plane of existence and I cannot access his mind. Or it could mean something else.
Who
Uh,
do you know of anyone, Evalis, that has the ability to see into the other realms?
The Archmage at the tower, I can go back and talk to him and see what he can do for it. And I can send you a message about it as soon as possible, if need be. Or
That-
I can try and gather any mages that are over here in Malona. I can bring them here, and we can focus our energies and see what we can accomplish. I know this is urgent. I'm trying to think of the fastest thing possible.
Thank you, Evalis.
I was planning on teleporting back to the Tower of Magi today anyway.
Then I think you should just return Lady Evalis.
How about-
You
How
have
about
to
this?
report anyway, so
I have an idea. Meet me back here. I know you have business elsewhere, and I know that this throws a wrench in that, though if you still need to see to it, please, by all means, I will go back to the tower. I will ask the Archmage about this. I will then return here, physically, to Silver Creek, or some other place, if that is preferred. Actually, there's no teleportation circle here. There is one in Malona, in the Imperial City, or there. And she kind of. There's one in Finta. There is a teleportation circle in Finta, and I know. So that's pretty close. I can teleport to Finta, and I can bring you all back with me, and he
we'll
can do something.
probably be meeting you there. Then, in that case,
Very well. Let's do this. I will go back to the mate right now.
Lady Evalis.
can the people here take care of Kale, or should we transport him?
I'll bring him with me. How does that sound?
that might be best.
Probably the best.
Yes.
We can place him. I don't know what is. If he says an entity is ravaging his body, I don't know if that means he'll always have full control over it. I believe we should take him to the tower. We'll put him in a warded area, but we'll make sure he is kept healthy and strong.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Evalis.
This is
been, well, we surely would be struggling without you. Thank you.
She kind of nods and she's like, well, let's just say I'm pretty sure all of Amaranthine would be struggling without all of you.
Lady of
She
Alice.
nods. Yes,
If you
Evelyn,
ever-
this must be insane for you. And she kind of walks over to you and she grabs your hands and she says,
Same for me.
you're a strong woman. Be careful.
Thank you.
You don't need no man. Oh,
Even though I
Travel
don't
with-
know, even though I don't know exactly what's going on, you seem to be a very important person in these young men's lives. And if you ever find yourself back in Silver Creek, don't hesitate to stop by my house, a small farmhouse outside of the town. Just tell them you're a friend of mine, and they'll welcome you in.
Of course. And she grips your hands tighter and she says, listen. And she kind of pulls you aside so that they can't hear. Gil, you'll probably still be able to hear, but she kind of says, she's like, listen, Nil,
I'm all knowing.
I know you don't know me that well, but these men right now are in a rough place. And having somebody to keep them grounded that is outside of these situations emotionally is always good. So just try to keep them in check. She nods and she says, and she pulls you closer and she whispers something in your ear, and I'm going to whisper it to you, so nobody else could hear it.
Yay!
What? You don't get one of the Mercer whispers when he goes over to you and
Whatever. It's close enough.
All tongue.
sticks his tongue in your ear. I mean, what?
All tongue.
So she says that to you, Nil, and then
I'm
pulls
straight,
back.
I'm probably cool with that.
She pulls back and she nods and she says, I'm going to take Kale now. She runs over, she kind of pushes her glasses back up onto her face, and she,
Lady of Alice, one moment, and I take my coin off of my neck, the necklace,
Mhm.
and I place it in his hand.
in Kale's hand. Okay.
His hand.
Actually, yep. Okay. As you do, it touches his hand, and you hear a like a hissing noise
What are you doing?
as it touches his
I'm-
skin,
I'm not doing anything.
like a hissing, and
Like
there's
a burning,
steam now.
like a burning hissing.
Yeah, like a burning hissing, and you see it starting to rise off of like steam rising off of his hand, and the coin. You look down, and it is actually boring a hole through his hand.
You should probably
the fuck?
not
Sorry,
do that.
I grab it. I grab it.
You grab it off, you rip it off, and you see that there is a coin-sized, almost like halfway through his hand, a hole burned where the holy symbol was touching him.
Can I
Holy
go over
crap.
and use Cure
I
Wounds on
did-
his
I
hand?
did- I didn't mean to. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
You go ahead and use Cure Wounds, and the hole whoop, fills itself back up.
Let's
Ian's
not
looking at the
pour
coin,
holes
curious
into...
to know, like, it's magic.
Wait. Actually, one second. Rangers. Rangers are considered. What type of magic is a ranger considered? Divine.
Holy.
It's not arcane. Okay. As you press your hand onto his to heal it, you casting Cure Wounds, and you're like holding his arm, and as you're casting the spell, you see his skin starting to burn even further, just as you start casting Cure
She
Wounds.
jumps up and steps back.
Yeah, you see there's a burnt handprint where Nil's hand was. She kind of Avalis is like, no, it's okay. I don't know what's happening, but we will deal with this. It's okay. And she's like, please give me some room. And she kind of pushes you all away. And she takes out a piece of chalk and starts drawing this big circle on the ground. She etches out this big sigil on the floor. And she's like, this is the teleportation circle symbol for the Tower of Magi. She steps back. One of you commit this to
writing
memory.
it down.
Just one of you
Start
commit this to
sketching
memory.
it.
If you ever gain the ability to teleport, this will be useful. And she says, all right, I'm taking Kale now, and I will return to Finta at their teleportation circle, which is in the home of the Lord and Lady there.
God.
Well, actually, it's not in the home. It's on a building on their property. So it's technically their home. Anyway, not important. Sorry, panicking. She kind of looks around the room. She's like, okay, be safe. and I will return there in, and she counts on her fingers, probably 3 days. I'll need some time to prepare what I can and to learn from the Archmage.
And for us
Deal?
to get there.
Very well. Godspeed.
Right.
Thank you.
She kind of salutes, and she looks across the room, and her eyes follow on you, Ian, for a second, and she kind of just like smiles the shakiest smile that you've ever seen. And she kind of
I stop her. I grab her hand and then embrace her before she leaves. Be like, be safe.
says, "You as well, please." She steps back, and you see her eyes. She takes her hands and she parts them, and vroom, this hole opens on the floor. And she takes Kale and she says, "Bye," and she jumps through the hole, and it stays there for about 6 seconds before zoop snaps shut, and the chalk remains on the ground until it fizzles off into mist.
Shit. I need to learn that spell.
I take the bag of holding. I take out the cask. Grab a cup, and I just start, grab a spigot. I just start pouring a little bit, and I start drinking.
Okay, the healer nail that you brought is standing there like,
I don't.
You
Apparently, we don't
wanna-
need you.
You might want to check us for insanity because I think we're all going insane. I don't know
Roll for
what the fuck.
madness.
She kind of looks around the room and is like, he kind of looks around the room and he looks at Nil. He's like, Nililin, I believe this is beyond my scope of healing abilities.
That is just beyond us, too.
I think that's probably what's going on.
I'll go home now.
Thank you.
Anyone else want a cup?
He
Yes,
kind of is.
please.
You see the healer like, me, please. Wow.
I give him a cup, and I hand him.
He
Yes,
throws
okay.
it back. He throws it back, and he throws the cup on the floor, and he goes, "Another!" And he picks up and he holds it out to you.
Can we take this guy on adventuring? Can we
I like it.
He
Okay.
kind of is like, "I will never ever leave after I saw that. If that happens to you guys on the regular, I don't want to stick around."
That's not a regular thing for us, even. And weird shit happens to us all the time.
That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I throw another cup back. I got a hangover too, which is the best part.
Um,
Anyone else?
I find the closest chair and I sit down
okay.
and I digest what the fuck just happened.
I hand.
All right,
sorry,
guys,
so
we
a cup
need to
of
get to Fenta, so let's.
Yes, that.
Arcanist Blazestone, who's in the
Oh,
room.
he's still there.
Yeah, he's like he kind of
Hell,
like-
look at me. When you drink bags, God, no, I did.
this golden dragonborn. He's like, I don't know what just happened, but I do know that I heard you'll be headed to Finta, and none of you seem to be in a condition to travel.
I am.
Except for you.
You don't know me.
Yes. I apologize. How would you all like to just poof there like Ivala's just poofed home?
God, please save us to travel.
I think it would be best if you arrived there and were able to get your bearings before she arrives. I don't know what that was, but it did not seem
Neither.
good. Is that okay with all of you? Would you like to just go there now?
That works.
Please.
I'm good friends. I'm good friends with the Lord of Finta, Jamish. He's an old friend of mine, and
I put the cast back in the bag of holding.
you'll appear on his property. He's not expecting you. There's probably guards in there. Just tell them that Arcanist Blazestone sent you, and they'll escort you off the grounds immediately, and you can get your bearings from there. All right?
Very well. Arcanist
All right.
Blaystone.
Yes.
Before we leave, may I have a moment of your time?
Of course, of course. And he kind of walks off, and he's like, oh, what can I do for you, Amir? Are you having this privately with him?
Yes, if I can. Yeah.
Okay. So they leave the room.
What
it is
the
my-
fuck?
Anyone else want to sip?
It is my understanding that deliberations went poorly. It does not seem like the chemical corporation of alchemical goods will be providing supplies to Malona.
You're not wrong. I do think it was for the best. If our people wanted to murder the man, I don't believe that we want him in our nation. And that was the point that was presented privately by Avalis to me. And though I was ready to move my terms, I held fast to her knowledge. And it was quite unorthodox, as she's supposed to be impartial, but I took her advice. She seems like a very smart woman.
Indeed, she is. Would it
It's
be
pretty great.
You're not there. Hush.
What are you
You're
talking
going
about, Ian?
Nothing. I was just thinking about something.
Would it
He's
be
thinking out loud.
What?
would it
God,
be
what
all right
advice
with
should
you
we-
if I pass along the news to my grandfather?
Please do. Yes, send a letter or whatever you need to do, because being such a big influence in the trade here, I believe it is important for him to know as soon as possible. But yes,
Very
please do.
well. Finally, do you think that do you feel like war's coming?
He sighs. Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
God, we can't roll for shit today.
He kind
Really
of
bad.
thinks, and he's like,
Charisma is my lowest stat. So
he looks at you and he's like, listen, I can't discuss that, and it isn't you. I know you're a proud Malonian and you'd fight with us to the end. And he gives you a look like, right?
Right?
And he
Yes.
and then he's like, but I know whatever I say will be passed to your companions. Some of
Of
them
course, yes.
are from Amaranthine, the city, and are loyal to that crown. Or potentially loyal. I cannot risk it. And so I cannot
I
tell
fall
you.
out of my chair.
But he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like significantly taller than you. He's like 7 feet tall, and he kind of leans over, and it's really weird because there is now literally a dragon head in your ear, and he kind of whispers and he says, "Careful, Amir. Be careful." And it's like warm, hot breath, as you know he's a dragonborn and can breathe fire. He's kind of just like, whatever you do, just be careful of Amaranthine. All nobility has their secrets, but that city, that ruler is a horrible man. A horrible one. And he pushes you, and he pulls you away. He grabs your shoulders and kind of straightens you, and he says, "Now I will bring you to Finta." And he steps back into the room with all of you, and he says,
Thank you.
"Anytime. Are you all ready to travel?"
Let's go quickly.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Kind of looks around the room. Nililin?
Jesus, Gil.
I'm
It's
ready.
like 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Are you
your
sure
point.
you want to come with us?
You
Never
see this
mind.
shit at 10 a.m. You want to drink too.
Neil, are you sure you want to come with us? You
I
can see the
mean-
shit we get into is kind of insane.
What the fuck is going on?
Hey, she's under contract, and I hold up a fake intern contract that I drafted.
Why does this stuff happen
Why do
to
you
us?
have that?
I
When
just
did you
thought-
make that?
Well, if we're gonna have employees, we need to have paperwork.
I mean, it's a fair point, but
Nil leaves. No, I'm just kidding.
I just take another drink. That's all left of it. Like,
this
aw.
is the
I bet.
Hey, it's not bad. I mean, look, there's a dental plan and everything.
I
There's
bat
dental?
the cup. I bet,
Yeah.
I bat the cup out of.
I don't know if
Gil's
that much
hand.
could be done to help you.
Okay.
Gil,
No
but-
more.
this
No
is the
more,
session Gil becomes.
I don't even notice he did it. And I start to drink. I'm like, oh shit.
So, Nil, are you going to continue walking with them?
Nell kind of looks at Cyrus. I may not know exactly what's going on, but
We don't know either.
since I'm already in this deep, what's the trouble of getting in a little bit more?
And
A lot, apparently. I don't know what the fuck is going on myself, and I've been with these people.
as you guys are freaking out behind him, and Nil says that, Arcanist Blason, like full-body Dragonborn, laughs. And he's like, oh, I like her. And he starts drawing this big circle and a big sigil in the middle. And he says, this is the symbol for Finta.
Ian, go ahead and write that one down as well.
Yeah.
Okay. This will be useful in the future. As you guys write that down.
Two spellcasters every time a sigil is painted. Gotta write that down right now.
He kind of nods and he says, are you ready?
Yeah.
I just give him a thumbs up.
Okay, he smashes his hand down into the center of the portal. He's a little more aggressive in his spell casting than Avalis is. Pulls his hand up, and as he pulls his hands back, the portal opens from a circle from the center of it. It goes boom, and there's this blue hole in the floor, and it's flickering. He says, go, 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 go.
Oh, God. Oh, jump in.
Okay.
Cannonball!
Follow after
I'd
Gil.
like to imagine Gil doesn't even, like, jump in. He, like, trips in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys all pile in.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you tumble out onto the other side, because literally there's one position where you land in, so it's like one person goes and the next person comes, so the person in front of them goes, wah, and is thrown in front of the room, whoa, whoa, and it all ends at nil. You're the last person standing as you're the last one through, and you hear a whoomph behind you, even though that's not really how it works, but you almost hear a whoomph of a closing behind you, and you are in a dark room. You look around the room with your dark vision, those of you that have it. Oh, it's literally everybody except Joe now. Everybody but Cyrus. You guys all look around. You see places where there's torches that are usually lit if people are expected to be coming through. But yeah, you're just in a dark room and there's just a door in front of the room. It's like a 15 by 15 room. Like it's a small room.
I hobble to the wall. I put my hand on it.
Oh, and there's puke in the corner of a lord and lady's teleportation circle room.
All right. Then.
Oh, Gil.
Ian, can you just put it in it?
What?
Do the thing where you clean.
Ian has that spell that cleans. He wants.
Yeah, I know.
wants
I
him to
just
clean it.
Nil couldn't understand what he said.
I'm aware. I'm
Yeah.
saying this in character.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing you apologized this morning. Prestidigitized.
Okay, whoop, and it.
Good
puke-
God, they won't notice it.
Oh, it still smells awful though.
All of a sudden, the door boom slams open, and there's guards there, and they're like, "What are you? How did you?
Golden
Who are you?"
Dragonborn.
There's a lot of golden dragonborns in these parts.
Blaze-Stone
Arcanist
sent us.
Blaze sent us
Oh.
to see Jamish.
To see Jamish? Jamish Lycene, the Lord?
He was just
That is
Really?
correct.
he only sent us through.
Oh, he sent you through.
Well,
Okay, he like
He
sheathes
said he was a
his
good
sword
friend.
that he
He
had
said he was
out.
a good friend of
Like-
the Arcanist. He said the Arcanist said that they were good friends, and we're
They
kind
are.
of in a. We must actually speak with the Lord and Lady, though.
We do.
Just a quick question.
I believe Cyrus does.
Answer.
Oh, okay.
What's going on? Are you guys?
What the-
So, what are you telling them? I'm getting a lot of stuff at once.
I'll shut up.
No. I just want to know. Are you guys
Oh,
asking to see the Lord and Lady?
are we discussing this out of character?
Think?
Should we?
Yeah.
Because Gil and I want to go speak with them, but Gil is currently fucking drunk.
And
hungover.
Just give me like 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll be okay.
Would
And the guards are like, "How about I take you off the grounds, and when you're ready, you can just come back."
Yeah,
I like
that.
that
Sounds
would be most
perfect.
appreciated. And for here, and I just handed 5 gold. I'm sorry for the trouble. He's kind of an idiot if you haven't figured that out.
As you pull out the 5 gold, you notice you have 15 less gold than you expect in your case. probably from your night of drinking.
Holy shit, 15?
15.
We bought the whole bar, dude.
Bought the whole
Jeez.
bar.
Oh, fuck. That's a happy bartender.
Let me just mark that down.
As you are brought out of, the music's not as creepy anymore, unless you guys like the eerie feel of
It
impending
was
doom.
feeling pretty fucking crazy, man.
As you guys are brought outside of this building, the sun's out. You're like, oh, jeez, it's so bright. And you're brought outside, and you hear a waterfall in the distance, and you're brought outside of this gated property, and it's a big property, and you turn around, you take a look, you take a moment and look at the house, and the house, it's a tall, it's got a stone foundation, but it goes up into a nice tall dark wood, very elvish looking house, like very, very, it's almost like somebody was like, my culture must be imbued into the architecture of this home, and that's literally what it looks like. It looks very wood elfish.
Wow.
It's actually gorgeous, but it's not huge, but it's like a home. It's like a house more than a mansion or anything, but it's big. It's weird. It looks like that's probably the Lord's home.
Sorry, Amir, but I think they've got you beat.
They definitely
really
have
don't.
feet.
They really
Amir's house
don't.
is
As a
Amir's
wo-
house is literally a castle.
As a wood elf,
I mean,
Yeah,
it looks,
I-
as
it
a
looks
fellow
nice.
wood elf,
It looks nice.
But he might be half elf. He might be half elf, wood elf, so he might feel more at home in the wood elven
Gotcha.
area.
Okay,
You know?
I thought you
Yeah.
meant on like money wise.
no,
Oh,
it
no.
looks good. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
Environment.
You guys are escorted out through a side gate, and the guards.
How's the temperament? Is it?
It's
is it
actually it's snowing a little bit. There's a bit of snow falling down as again flat plane of existence, no equator. It's just hot, or cold. So there's snow falling. It's a light snow, like it's the beginning of winter, and it's a little brisk in the air, but it's not that bad.
I always forget that. It's like everywhere it's the same.
Yeah, most places are the same. There are a couple pockets in the world that are a little different, but most of the world is pretty uniform. They don't have the same weather, but they have the same climate. You guys are escorted out of the room, and you look around this city, and you see a giant waterfall in the center of this city pouring down behind this bridge. There's tall, very cultured buildings. Like it looks like the people that built this city put in a lot of effort to show their wood elven heritage. And it's really pretty.
Does it remind me of Malona?
Yes, Amir, you having been to the actual Imperial City before, it reminds you of the center of Malona, where it is very built up and very elven. It's not quite as foresty there. It's more imperial, but it is very similar and very like you were saying, cultured and stuff. It reminds you of that, and it's really nice.
I'm digging it.
Yeah. Amir, have you ever been to the city before? Has anyone here, maybe, have you been through here before, Nil?
No, I have not.
Nil, I mean, there's not usually any bounties up in this area. Probably not. I mean, Finta is not the most popular. Like, it's not. You know what? Make a history check, Nil.
Okay.
Just cause. Because we've literally rolled like 4 die this morning, and I want more rolls. Nil,
I don't know.
You don't even know much about Finta. You're like,
I didn't
mean,
even know this place was up here.
I
don't get out much.
I didn't know.
You guys, so the guards are like, there's an inn, I guess, down the road if you need a place to crash. Just follow this main road here, and you'll come to the Golden Route, and that is an inn. It's got a diner and everything.
Tell me they have comfortable beds. Tell me they have comfortable beds. Tell me they have comfortable beds.
They have the nicest beds in Finta, besides the Lord's bed. Dude, I once had to make that bed. Holy. Anyway.
But you spent the time with that.
Okay.
Don't tell me that. I might go steal the bed, and I go.
He's kind of like, yo, what? And he draws his sword.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
He's like,
it was a joke.
He's a little.
He kind of tickles you with his short sword. He's like, I know, and he sheathes it again.
He's a little hungover. Don't mind him.
The guards are friendly. I always like friendly guards. All right, let's go.
That was a bit creepy. He's tickling me.
With
his
his
short
short sword.
Dude, elves are weird.
You guys
I
make
would
your
know.
way. You guys
Excuse
make your way
me?
through the city, and it is a. It's a nice like I was saying. It's just peaceful. You just feel really at peace. Amir, you already made a history check for this earlier, back when we were having our one-on-one thing. You know that Finta, and I'm gonna guess you'd probably relay this to the party. I mean, if you don't, you can choose not
I
to.
know their ruler's husband passed away. That she married a human man.
Hmm.
He left the city for 2 years when his wife died, and then he returned and took up lordship. His name is Jamesh Lysine. My apologies. And he is known as one of the most kindest people in Malona, or the most kindest rulers in Malona.
Yeah, he's like a philanthropist. Like he's like
a top 5 list.
he's like if there was a Reader's Digest or whatever the American equivalent
Forbes?
is. Yeah, sorry.
It's Reader's Digest in America too. Don't worry about it.
Oh, is it? Okay, I didn't know. If it was like that, you guys would there was probably a top 10 philanthropists of Malona. Like he's number 2, next to the emperor. So it's he gives away a lot of his money, and he makes a show of being super kind.
But he's also super fucking rich, so cool.
He has lots of money, yeah. But he doesn't seem to show it in his home, as you guys saw. It's more of a house than a mansion, and
He's a little more humble.
Yeah. Are you guys going to the inn? What are you guys up to?
We're going to the inn.
Yeah, definitely. I won't be able to sleep though, so I'm just gonna lay on the bed.
Oh, I'm just getting water.
Okay.
Sober up, get some food.
Okay. You guys go in. I mean, between all of you, it's probably 4 gold to get rooms for all of you. Maybe there's only 5 of you, so it's probably 2 gold to get rooms for all of you.
When we go in, I'm just a little bit more repayment, and I pay for Ian's room.
Okay. So somebody marked 2 gold off of something.
Yep, 2 gold for me.
And you guys are given a nice big room. Each of you have a nice room, and they're well furnished. Yeah, it's nice.
I go get some water and food. Try to sober up.
Okay.
While they, sorry, go ahead. You first.
No, I forgot
It's bad we don't have a...
All right. While they get over their hangover, Craig, I'm going to do that thing on the side that I didn't want to take up session time for.
Okay. Yep. And you do that. It's easy enough. Let me double check what that was.
More mysterious shit, huh? No.
No, it's not even mysterious.
Inventory.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just bought some stuff, right?
Yep.
And it was very simple stuff, and I have it written down somewhere, but I remember it not being an issue. So you buy that stuff. Okay. Some time passes. You guys are kind of relaxing, waiting. Are you guys doing anything specifically?
I'm going to send-
I'm sobering up.
I'm going to send that message to my grandfather.
Okay. You're just gonna send a letter?
How long will that take?
If you get a raven to fly it for you, it'll probably take.
More close to a day or two, or more, or a week.
Maybe 2 to 3 days.
Okay, that's. Yeah, I'll write a letter then.
Okay. So you write a letter, detailing all the stuff. If there's anything specific you want to put in it that you want me to know, other than that, negotiations went poorly, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Also, there's a fucking demon.
Something.
Okay, so
And I send a letter, and then I tell everyone that there's still things that I wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys just want to be all in the same room now, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I got water and food in my hand. Munching,
Nil's like sitting on the bed, kind of like a little bit lost in thought, a little bit daydreamy, but conflicted, clearly.
Yeah.
I am on a comfy
Clearly.
chair, and I am like leaning on it.
What's up, Amir?
Well, I know you two, Cyrus and Gil, had business to attend to, and Finta was nice enough of Arcanist Bladestone to teleport us here. After we deal with...
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry?
No,
He was asking what the business was, but he interrupted you.
Once we take care of that, and I know that this thing with Kale kind of impeded itself upon to us, but there is something that I must do for my mother. I might need to return to Amaranthine for a while.
Okay.
You've done nothing but help us. I think from now on I mean, as a party, I don't think we could refuse you even. It'd be wrong.
Amir needs help. He'll get my help. He's helping us here. He's helped us out so long.
I do have a question, and it's a bit of a personal question, Amir.
Of course.
If the terms do come to blows and the two nations come to war, I assume you're going to be fighting for Malona.
Yes, Yes, I would be.
I would join you in this endeavor.
Yeah, can I be honest with you guys? People in Malone are very nice. There have been more nice people I've ever met in our Amaranthine.
From what I understand, Amaranthine is just corrupt.
Is Ian in the room?
I mean,
Ian, are you in the room?
Is this happening
Greater-
while I went to buy my stuff?
No, you can be done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Ian's
I'm in the
there.
room, and I strolled in wearing armor underneath my robes.
Yes, I remember that. Now I remember.
Nil kind of.
oh, you got glamored. You got
got
glamour studded.
It's actually teal and aqua chain link, chainmail shirt that goes underneath my robes.
Not bad.
Interesting.
Nil glances over at Ian to see if she can read any thoughts on what they're talking about.
Like, you want to insight him? Like, see what Ian thinks of all this? Or, like, what?
Like she's trying
I don't
to figure.
understand.
She's trying to figure out if Ian would fight against Amaranthine with his friends, or if he would if he's thinking about siding with Amaranthine.
Right.
Or does he care? He could just not care.
He hasn't really chimed in though yet, so we
Yeah,
don't
that's
have
why-
any idea about.
That's why I'm just trying to see if I can read anything.
Yeah, but I'm
off
trying to
of it.
figure out like how you would read it off of it.
I know. I mean, you look at him, and Ian, what is your reaction to this conversation? Are you saying anything? Or are you just ignoring the conversation?
I'm listening, but it's more like an interesting thing to him. When you're in the kolache business, war is not good for business. Okay.
or it's really good for business.
I mean, he's over there thinking about ways that like maybe the company can profit from this without but dealing with like trade being disrupted.
Okay. So Ian just doesn't want to fight.
Also, he's afraid of the mage tower's role in this.
Ooh, good point.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like the mage tower has been really fucking chill, but I don't know. Malona just seems peaceful
Yeah.
and nice. Just because they're fucking poor doesn't, you know.
Ugh.
Well, with the way deliberations went, I'm afraid that tensions will only rise. Hopefully, it does not come to war. For all of us, I truly hope it does not.
I hope not either, because I don't know about you guys. There's so much other shit going on that is honestly I feel like beyond all of our comprehension. And
Yeah, but you feel like that a lot.
I just
Cyrus
look
laughed.
at I just look at it and just like fuck it. Anyway,
He's not wrong.
you're not wrong. Like the shit with Orcus, that bullshit with Bitchlolf, and now the shit with Kale.
Yeah, so we've been through a
Dragons
lot.
working together. I don't know. I think we kind of glossed over that. By the way, dragons are working together. Apparently,
Wait, what?
Huh?
remember the guy told us that like the blue dragon came and killed the red dragon since like you have failed or something, brother. That happened, right? He said like you failed.
You said
I
no.
know.
What happened was just to refresh your memory. The drow killed the red dragon that was living there, and then an almost adult blue dragon came as a replacement.
Oh,
I was almost adult. Why didn't we fucking kill it? God damn.
but didn't he say like the dragon
Yeah, that
failed
was
or
his fault.
something?
Yeah, he said the red dragon failed.
Yeah. So yeah, there. Right. I'm correct.
Okay. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't
it's
remember that. I don't
it's
remember. God.
I remember.
What's going on with our world?
It's a shame too because I was gonna mention this back in Court's Landing. I was listening to some conversations and heard talk of something peculiar.
A good
Huh?
peculiar or a bad peculiar?
Neither or, possibly good. Something
Just
called
tell-
the Spellbound Arc.
Knowledge
heard
check?
this?
Make an Arcana check, or actually, no, make a history check. If anybody wants to see what they know about this, they'll have to make history.
Oh my god, we can't roll today. To fuck, where are we?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think I would have heard of it, but I'm gonna roll just to see what I roll.
Rumors.
There we go.
Thank you,
There we
Amir.
go.
Hey, with a DC of 20 on that roll.
4 times a
Amir, you, when he says that, something clicks. You're like, oh shoot, I've read about that. And you remember in your studies at the Tower of Magi, some of the stuff that you are required to do is just, basic school stuff. Like you have to do reports and studies and things like that. And one of the things you had to do, you had to study a magical artifact. And you happened to be the one that chose to write a report on the Spellbound Arc because you found a book about it in the library just while you were perusing. The Spellbound Arc, you remember, is as far as people nowadays are concerned, is mostly legend. You know that nobody knows what it really does anymore. You just know that there was that the legend is that long before the establishment of even the Empire, which is a time that people don't even remember, before the Empire of Malona, what? So there was a man who sealed the essence of a man who basically was a grumpy individual, and he sealed the essence of people he slayed in this arc. And then one day they rebelled against him and locked him in time, and he wasn't able to move on from the temporal plane of existence where he was sealed. Basically, time passes around him and nothing happens for him. He just sits there and endlessly sits and endlessly sits. But you know that in order to do this, the souls of the people left inside left an essence on the Ark, and that essence, people say could do miraculous things, and it was super frustrating, especially when you were writing your paper, because there was no specific examples of the miraculous things it could do. All people said was it could do miraculous, amazing things that people didn't understand. But yeah, and so and you read that, like people rumor that it is sealed in the mountains in the north of the empire, sealed away, forever locked in time. Yeah, so you know quite a bit, actually.
Smart motherfucker, you.
Anyone ever feel? And then now the Spellbound Arc, freezing people in time and shit, and Aelin. And,
What?
I was just understanding that it was treasure.
What Spellbound Arc?
Yeah.
Sorry, had to be that guy.
Yep.
Pretend that Amir goes that. Let's pretend that Amir told us.
Yeah, I relay all the information that.
Amir has not withheld any information from us. To be fair, it would be weird for him not to do so.
Yeah, but we got to give him the option.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was under the impression that was just like treasure or something, but
Well, that sounds pretty valuable to me. I mean, people's souls.
yeah. I was more thinking about the whole miraculous stuff rather than the soul part.
That seems pretty dark, though.
Well, maybe not. I mean, it's sort of like a burial service, right?
No, it's not a burial service in any way.
Well, listen, bear with me here. So,
I've bared
mean-
with you for a year. Trust me, I can last a few more seconds.
so these people's legacy, we find out who they are and be like, hey, for a small fee, we can, make sure that their soul goes to rest, and then, voila, it's like we did them a service. We're not really trading the soul per se. We're just
But they're not
releasing
allowed.
it for requesting pay for our time.
That sounds...
and you guys know that the souls were released from the thing. That is what
Oh.
bound. That is what
Oh.
bound the soul
Sorry,
of the man.
Did you say they were already okay? You said they were already freed, Amir. My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they were freed from the ark, and as they were freed, they bound this man to the temporal plane of existence. And when they did that, the ark that was left behind bore a magical essence. Yeah.
So it's just a magical thing now. There's no souls involved.
Do I
Gotcha,
know
gotcha.
anything about?
Well, magical things are always valuable.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
was gonna say, do I know anything about like treasure being rumored there, or anything like of that nature? Or no?
Well, when you were doing your research, that's what you heard, that in Clear Peak, that as per your research, it is rumored to be in the mountains north of the Empire. Somewhere in those mountains, it is hidden, but nobody has been ever went to found it and came back.
So it's
When,
an undiscovered.
Exactly.
So there could be anything there,
Anything, but I don't know
including bad things.
bad things, but
Speaking
idea
of
of
bad things, we should
hunting-
probably. Sorry, go ahead, Gil. I shouldn't interrupt.
no. I was getting to that. I'm thinking when everything blows over, we're not apparently in the middle of battle, of godly things, deities. I don't know what the fuck's going on. When no stupid crazy shit's going on.
When does that happen, though?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we had a 6-month period of stuff not happening.
2 months.
6 months.
Your last long break was 2
2 months.
It was 2.
Oh yeah, shit. Thank you.
So you can't even remember.
Basically, when crazy stuff's not happening, we're not going to war or something like that. Want to go find it? The idea of a treasure hunt kind of excites me.
Amir,
Yes.
you said that they had trapped this man in a different plane of existence, correct?
As far as my understanding, that is what I have read.
Do you think that if this is just me, I'm not very good at any kind of sorcery, magic stuff. Do you think that this man who is trapped on a different plane of existence for a very, very long time might know what's going on with Kale.
Hmm.
I think it'll be more of a god kind of thing rather than, you know.
We don't know
I
how.
feel gods are
I
demons
had-
or vultures.
I had not contemplated that, but if he has been around before the Empire existed, he might know something. It is possible.
As this conversation is happening, Gil, your passive perception is 20.
Yeah.
Gil, you see out the window of your room, because you guys are on the second floor. You see a guard hastily approaching the inn, and he seems to be looking around very peculiarly, and he's running into the room downstairs. He seems stressed out.
Looks like we've got company. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. Guards coming in.
Take your weapons, but leave them sheathed. We'll be fine.
No, it's just one guy, so.
You hear a knock on your door. You hear footsteps coming down the hallway and on your door.
Oh.
I open it.
And the man, it's a guard you didn't see before. It's a woman, and she's standing there, and she's like, hello, is there a Gildath here?
That would be me.
Wonderful. And she's like, an audience, Jamish Lyceum has requested an audience with you, Gildath.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gil,
Look at everyone else like.
He
Well,
said,
well.
What?
He said you may have some friends, and they are welcome to come, though they will be required to relinquish their weapons upon entering the home of Lord Lyceum.
I look back at everyone else, it's like,
Gil, you know someone here?
unless Sand's there and he's talked to somebody and he knows I'm here, but I wouldn't know. I didn't mention my name.
The woman's like, no, he knew your name. Would you like to? Are you coming?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Sure.
urgent. He seemed like he really wanted to see you, and his wife was delighted to meet you as well. You're all welcome, but like I said, you'll have to relinquish your weapons upon arriving to the castle or to the home.
And we'll get
Instead.
these back?
Oh, of course, yes. When you leave, we'll return your weapons. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Very well.
Cool. Let's go. And she seems really chipper. And Gil, you specifically, actually, Gil, make an insight check.
I am making an insight check. I don't insight anything.
You know that you think it's weird because she seemed really stressed outside, and now she seems pretty chipper here. So you're kind of like, but I mean, you're kind of overwhelmed by the fact that what the heck?
Yeah, Gil. How does he even know your name?
As you guys are walking there,
Best response.
you're led through the city, to the front door of the home. Through these nice big gates. The gates open. You walk through this path. There's a fountain on the path up, and the path parts into two. You have to go around the path, and it reconvenes. And it's a pretty fountain. There's a little angel baby on top. It's gorgeous. You guys,
No, I don't.
you walk up to the front door, and right before you enter the front door, the woman says, one moment, and she walks behind the wall, a wall, and she pulls out a chest, and she opens it up, and she says, if you could please place all your weapons in here, that would be fantastic.
No kind of just watches the rest of the group.
What?
What? Real quick. I saw you on your way to our room. You looked a little nervous.
She's like, yeah, I mean, this is my first, real assignment that came straight from the Lord, so,
that's understandable.
yeah, I'm kind of wanting to make sure it goes down right.
We'll put
Alright.
in a
Please.
good word for you.
Oh, thank you. Please put your
I-
weapons in here.
Yeah, I put my weapons, but of course I still have my hidden
You
blade.
still have your hidden blade. Okay. Are the rest of you following suit?
Does she ask for my gun?
She's gonna make an intelligence check. She looks at it and she says, "Sir, I know what that is. I was told to specifically make sure I got the boomstick. If you could put it in the box."
Oh, I haven't created the boomstick yet, so
No,
it's fine.
I know. No, I specifically was asked to look for that thing. It seems Lord Lyceem knows about it and its capabilities. We know it's a weapon. Please could you
Cyrus.
put it in as well.
She was specifically looking for you to put your boomstick in her box.
I snicker as I put it in. I'm like,
Okay, so are you guys putting all of your weapons in there,
I'm
Except for-
going-
except for
Going-
Gil's
you would-
hidden blade?
You wouldn't take a walking stick away from an old man, and then Ian like shows the gray in his hair.
Are you? What are you doing?
I'm gonna affect a limp and try and hold on to my staff.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Sorry, it's rough road.
Come on, Grandpa, get moving.
She's kind of like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, no worries. She can't roll
Yeah,
insight for
Yeah,
crap.
he had an incident with a cyclops and a rock. It was
It was a really big rock.
Oh,
It
we
was
know about
very-
we know about that incident. It's fine.
Yeah.
you know about that incident.
Oh, we know about everything. She kind of smiles at you.
I'm looking at everybody like, "Ah."
That's not
Um,
creepy at all.
And she's like, also, Mr. Galvan, if you could relinquish your staff, I do know that it is magical and has the capability to come alive.
What the fuck it does?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Very
Yeah,
well.
He's got the
And I
snake
place
staff.
my-
Remember?
I carefully pet the top of the staff and place my
He's
staff
never
in the
used it.
outer.
I had no idea.
And Nil, are you
Ian's looking at-
relinquishing all your weapons too?
I ask the guard, if I just give you my arrows, can I keep my bow on me?
Make a persuasion check.
She does have the missile snaring gloves.
That'd be awesome.
Swag.
All her ammo is from people that shoot at
She's
her.
kind of like, no, you're gonna have to give me your bow, ma'am.
Alright. And she just reluctantly gives the bow and her blades over.
A lot of hardships on her
teeth
parade.
So with if somebody is specifically hiding a weapon other than Gil's hidden blade, I need to know now.
Okay, so Ian's gonna commit this spot to memory. He's
Okay.
looking around.
Okay. And
he's up
she
first.
she closes the chest. She pushes it behind the corner again. She says, "You'll receive your weapons upon your return, and why don't you head on inside?" And she opens the door,
God, we can't
Um,
roll tonight at all.
and
No one
you are
can.
you are brought into this room, and she leads you. This is her. And as you step
Ugh.
into the room, there are guards all around you,
I can't see
All
any-
hold-
Oh,
shit.
there it is. Okay, hold on.
all holding crossbows pointed at you.
Well, shit.
And she turns around and she says, "If you'll follow me," and she smiles, and she opens these big double doors right here, and is going to lead you guys the hallway.
It's all pointed at us?
Well, they're all looking inwards at you.
Like sheesh,
they're
what
at the
arms.
ready. They're not at the ready, but
They're not like
you know.
aiming at you like we're about to shoot you. They're just like holding their crossbows.
Okay, start with that because you said they're aiming at us. Like,
Sorry,
"Ah!"
that's not what I meant. Yeah, that's my bad.
But-
So she kind of turns and she's like, "If you'll come with me," and she opens the doors and she starts walking down to this main room.
I start to
sounds
follow.
good.
I follow.
Okay, you guys gonna follow her?
Yeah.
Just drag your tokens up there, and because I'm gonna need some general placing just in case you guys are dumb.
Neil goes
Oh my
last.
god, no. I just saw a room full of fucking guards with crossbows aimed at us, and we have no weapons. Fuck that. I ain't doing anything stupid.
Okay, so as you guys go in, sorry, I'm dragging people because nobody was dragging. She stops right outside the store and she says, "The Lord and Lady of Finta are awaiting you inside. Please remember to be cordial, and they will treat you with the same respect. And remember that this meeting was specifically for Gildath. The rest of you are just guests in this home, so please remember to act as such." She kind of smiles, and she opens the door. And as you're walking into this home, it is a really nice home. You know, dark wood makes up most of it. There's tapestries on the wall, paintings of people and places. And you enter this room, and there's a large carpet adorning the floor, and these blue pillars in the room, blue crystal pillars that go up to the roof and hold the building, hold the building open. You guys all step into the room. You can place yourself as you see fit, but Jamish Lyceum, a man, short dark hair, a thin beard and mustache, a short beard and a thin mustache, is sitting on a large chair, and his wife, a woman wearing this deep blue dress and beautiful long red hair, is standing there smiling. And Jamish looks up and he says, "Welcome to my home."
Hi.
Hi, Gildath.
Yeah.
I seem to have you at a bit of a disadvantage. I'm Jamish Lyceum, and he stands up and he steps forward. His wife just staying right behind him, or who you assume is his wife. He kind of says, "I am the Lord here in Finta, and I was surprised, to say the least, to have my guards notify you that you all appeared in my in my teleportation room with a I don't know what to call it, a reference from Arcanist Blazestone.
Oh yeah.
How is he?"
Good. Let's say good for now.
That's good.
Good.
I'm glad he is well. How about you, Gildath? Are you well? It's been so long.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's been a long time. We've met, but that's not important right now. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know about you, but I feel that's kind of important. Because we didn't mention names. No one even knew. I mean, you know that we came through, but we didn't mention names or anything.
No,
How do you know?
I know your name. I know all of your names. Specifically because you've been traveling with Gildath. It's quaint. You're all adorable. He kind of smiles. His wife in the background is just, like, she looks like, the only way to describe her is seductive. Like, she's just like smiling and twirling her hair and just kind of looking you all up and down.
Boys.
Can I get a feel for? Can I go for insight to see, like, when he says that he knows Gil?
I mean, sure, make an insight check.
Like,
Trust me, there's
is he being like?
Yeah.
I don't like if he knew about Gil before.
Yeah, no, make an insight check.
Explain that.
You gather that he's telling the truth. Like, he seems to know exactly who Gildath is. He's not BSing you. Like, he knows Gil, whether Gil knows it or not. He kind of folds his hands and he says, "I'm glad you're doing well, Gil, because if you weren't, then it would make this exchange far more difficult than it's going to be already. Because it will be very difficult." He steps forward and he says, "Gildath, I want to make something perfectly clear. This isn't a friendly chat that I've invited you here for. The only reason I invited your friends as well is because I figured if I didn't, you wouldn't show up."
Well, he's not wrong.
Listen. Listen, Gil. Gil, I can call you Gil, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I can. He smiles. Listen, I have your half sister chained up in the basement,
Oh.
and
I'm sorry.
I have your half sister chained up in the basement, and she will. You have a oh right, you don't even know, and he laughs to himself. Well, Gil, there's a talk we need to have, and it's going to be a very quick talk because I'm not going to dance around this subject any longer than I have to. I'm your dad. Good to meet you. And he steps forward and he's smiling, and he's just like,
Oh shit!
Oh no.
And to be completely honest, when I left you in Amarantine all those years ago, I assumed you would starve on the streets and die, but you look a little more resourceful than that. And
Don't worry when you're on the street.
Yeah, apparently. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring myself to kill my own son, though that was what was required of me. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it, and I left you there. And I know you're thinking, I have a lot of explaining. You have a lot of explaining to do, etc., etc. But that's not important right now. What's important right now is I need a hefty amount of gold, and to take care of some business I have. And your group has become a bit renowned around this world, and you have a lot of gold. And I want it, and I have your half-sister chained up in the basement.
Wow.
And I will kill her if you do not bring me 50,000 gold.
Wow.
In the next,
Nil's saying
in the
this
next,
out loud, by the way.
And the next, yeah. If you don't bring me 50,000 gold in the next 4 days, she will die.
How
How
do we even know this?
How do you know? Oh, I mean, he looks at Gil and he's like, I don't think you'd risk it. Would you, Gil? The one family member you have left that isn't a horrible man that's claiming to kill somebody. You wouldn't risk that, would you?
I look over at Gil.
This is a lot to take in for a hungover person.
Would
We're
you,
saying-
saying right about him? He laughs to himself and he's like, saying, I'm using him as proof as to my intent, to prove to you that I'm not joking. Oh, that's way too loud. I apologize, guys. He kind of
Got
smiles
super
to himself.
intense for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's like, saying is, well, dear, why don't you show him? And you see her reach into a bag beside on her side, and Gil make a perception check.
What the fuck?
This is fucked up, man.
I don't even need to. I know what you're doing.
Gil, make a perception check. Gil, you see on Jamish's side, you see a short sword that is emblazoned with jewels and is extremely fancy, and you recognize it as Sayan's. And you see the woman pull a round sack out of the bag. She throws it across the room, and it rolls in front of you. The sack falls open,
God.
and you
Oh,
see
it's gonna be-
Sayan's head sitting in front of you. And she smiles and she says, "Yes, he decided to resist.
Oh.
I hope you don't do the same." And Jamish kind of closes his hands together and he says, "Yes, this is important to me, but also to my employers. And I need the money. You have the money, and I have leverage. So you're all going to leave now, and you're going to get my gold, and then you're going to return, and then I release your sister, your half sister. How does that sound?"
Sounds like a lot of bullshit.
Not. Well,
I have a question.
Yes?
my mother's under-
Go ahead, Cyrus.
What's the sister's name?
He kind of looks and he says, "Oh, the sister's name. You'd know her well. Her name's Lilith." And he kind of smiles at you, Cyrus, as he seems to know he's one step ahead of all of you, and he smiles and he says, "Now, out you go. It's time to leave and go and get my money. How does that sound?"
Why do you need
Gildath. Gildath. And he like looks at you and he's smiling and he's like, "Gildath. Do what Dad
oh,
wants.
shit. Oh shit!
Oh god.
Do what Daddy wants." Listen, if you want, we can even have a talk later when I get my money, and I can tell you all about our life and why you're here and how this all happened. But we don't have time today because I figure 50,000 gold is going to be a lot for you to get.
Show me the girl first.
Oh, very well, very well. He kind of stretches and he says, I mean, I guess that's the least I can.
This is some fucked up shit.
Nil
He's
kind
like,
of moves back towards the
guards.
door.
You see him turn to his wife and he says, dear, if you wouldn't mind, just make sure the room is brightly lit, as we've learned. She's like, yes, of course. And she kind of disappears through this door here. And is gone for a bit. And he's kind of smiling. He says, this might take some time. Your friend is very difficult to restrain. She learned a lot.
She's a free spirit.
Oh, she's much more than that, Cyrus. You don't even know her anymore. And everything about this situation is super off-putting. Because, like, in case it's not already off-putting for you guys, just remember, he knows everything that you've mentioned, and he seems to have been, like, keeping tabs on you.
Does he know about Nil?
Actually, you would note it. Make an unskilled intelligence check.
Come on, pass this one.
I
I said pass it.
I'm sorry. I just don't know what's going on.
Gil, you are freaked out because the first thing your mind wanders to is, if he's got Gil's family, what if mine's next?
Oh shit!
This
guy's
woman
gonna go
steps
down.
out. This woman steps out, and she's dragging behind her a girl,
token.
long black hair. Do you see that token?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that token. Long black hair, purple eyes, half-open ears, and she's like, she looks like she's been beaten to a pulp. She's wearing rags, and she kind of looks up, and her eyes lock on Cyrus for a moment, and she says, Pierce, what are you doing here?
I swallow.
Me too.
And then she turns and she's like, she sees Jamish and she says, come on, make her let me go, Jamish. Let me show you what a great daughter I can be. And she's like struggling against her, but you see that the woman is actually holding her, and it's not even like an issue for her. She's just kind of smiling and laughing at Lilith's, who you now notice is Lilith, her attempt to struggle against it. She's like, can I put her back downstairs now, dear? And James says, oh, I just want to make sure they're satisfied. Gil, are you satisfied?
Yes.
Of course you are. And he smiles and he says, I figured you would be. Yes, dear, she can go back downstairs now. And she's just, like, Lilith is just screaming. She's like, just let me at you for 5 minutes, and you'll never walk again. Yeah, you better, Pierce, because holy crap. And she's so mad, so angry. And she's like, you hear her scream, just get me out of these chains. Come on, leave me in the darkness for 1 moment, and you'll be gone forever. And you hear that echoing down the hallway as she is pulled down the stairs. James says, now, do we have an accord?
I'm shaking.
Yeah. Do we have an accord?
Nil's shaking too, actually.
Yes, your lordship.
Yes.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course I do. And he leans back.
We
And
will
he, says,
return.
I
Of
may
course you
need
will.
more time.
and he says, oh, really? That's too bad. Or, you know what? Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, well, the fucking +9 better come in fucking handy today. Thank God.
Very well. What did I say originally? 4 days?
4 days.
1 week. 1 week. 50,000 gold pieces, or something of equivalent value. You see, my employer desperately needs it for something that... See, here's the thing. I would have just asked you for the money as my dear son, but I know you, Gil, and you are so inquisitive, and you would not have approved. Shakes his head. Also, guards, and he calls the guards. And you see 6. That's only 3, I know, but don't worry, 6 are coming. You see 6 guards come in and hold them, and the guy says, there is one issue that we need to deal with. You see, Mr. Galvan here has family in Court's Landing, and I can't have you writing to them. And telling them about this exchange. So we'll be holding on to Mr. Galvan until our exchange is over. Is that understood?
Yes.
And
I
Amir,
know you're paying.
I promise
Amir-
we'll come back for you.
Amir, do you want to do anything?
Remember that the rest of us don't have weapons.
No, I can't. I mean, Amir knows he's in a kind of.
A pickle.
Yeah, he can't really do anything right now. He's not gonna even say anything, just for the sake of his friend, not.
We
Putting
still
them
have
in
an
danger,
hour
so.
left today. I'm so happy.
So yeah,
I'm not.
He'll just willingly.
Okay, the guards come
Cooperate.
over. The guards come over. Two of them go to grab your arms. Are you gonna
No.
shrug them off, or are you just gonna let them carry you?
Yeah.
Okay, they grab you and they start dragging you off, and they drag you down here, off there, and two guards stay behind.
But
Really
get ready
dragging
for
you,
some
yeah.
fucking Galvan slaying later.
Okay, Ian, are you doing something?
Well, maybe that war wouldn't be so bad now.
Ian,
These
I
guys
see
are
you
I don't
walking
know
towards the
if
door.
No. You
Oh
pulled him
shit! You
towards the
can't
door.
hear me. I'm on mute.
No, were you doing something that whole time?
I did some things. I was
Okay.
whispering to people. Yeah, I wanted to follow the guards as they walked and look down the hallway after them.
Okay, you see as they walk down the hallway and they pull Amir along, you see, yes, and Jamish, as you're walking over, is like, that's far enough, Mr. Silver. I can't have you going wandering through my home.
Yeah, well, I just
Ian.
wanted to,
Just
what?
Ian, just
Please, Ian.
Oh, fine.
He kind of smiles and he's like, okay, so now that that's over with, how about you all leave? And he kind of smiles and he says,
I take the
please.
bag.
Pardon?
The bag.
Oh, you take the bag with the noggin in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
He's like,
need to know what it's in there.
By the way, I like this track.
oh no, you know it's in there. You saw the head of Saiyan fall out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't hear that? No, it rolled and Saiyan's head.
Oh, I just figured. Okay.
Yeah. He kind of smiles and he's like, yeah, you can keep that. I mean, I don't know what you're going to use it for. And he kind of chuckles to himself. It's literally just the head of your mentor and your best friend. And I hope you can find your money so that you don't have to lose your sister too. That would suck, wouldn't it? And as he says that, the guards start leading you out of the room. Are you guys going to leave?
Yes.
Okay. You guys are led outside. The music got really happy, but
Yeah.
maybe triumphant.
Nothing happy.
It's happy for Jamish. He leads you outside, and the woman that was with you in the first place is kind of like, okay, so I hope everything in there went well. I have no idea what goes on in this place. I just work here. She
Can-
sees you holding a bag that like smells, and she's just like,
I
You?
smile, and I said we gave him the best word for you. Don't worry.
oh, thank you so much. You guys are great.
Can Neil make
she
an
leads you out.
insight check on the guard to see if she's actually like...
Yeah, go ahead, make an insight check.
Insight has not been going well today.
She,
Just
I
sucks.
mean, she just seems really chipper and like really happy, and the only thing you can think to yourself is, why would somebody this happy lie to me?
You've not rolled over a 9
I know.
today.
It just...
she
Really
walks out of the
off
building
my
with you
game.
guys. She walks out of the building with you guys and is like, all right. She pulls the chest right from a corner. She opens up and she's like, I hope
Neil
everything went
snatches
well.
everything that she owns and just leaves.
Oh,
Went
okay.
peachy.
Bye.
Everything
peachy.
went fantastic. I'm sure Lord Jamish will shower you with more jobs that befit your station.
I have no doubt. And she smiles. All of you but Amir leave, and his staff of the adder sits there in the chest. Who wants to take it?
someone take it.
I'm gonna take that. I'll take the staff.
Okay. You take the staff
I
of
mean,
the adder.
you don't hear me saying that, but
No. Here in your mind.
I would have taken it. I would have taken it. Okay. I'm
The
not
woman
leaving
says,
shit.
the woman's like, where's the last one? Galvan. Where's Mr. Galvan?
He's gonna be staying for a bit.
Okay. Cool. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
As you guys are led off the premises, Amir,
Yeah.
you
Let's see what's going on.
you are led down and
What's your door?
thrown into a cell. Did I drag you guys there? No. Amir, I need you to make a perception check as you are dragged through the hallways.
Craig.
You are distraught. Hey, Craig, what?
Fuck you.
Good job.
You are led into a dungeon. You see some doors along the way, but you're not able to peek through the grates just because you're so distraught about what's happening. Led into a room, and you see you're brought into a cell. This cell right here.
Did they chain me up and everything, or?
Oh, they didn't chain you up. They're just leaving you sitting in there, and they're like, and the one guard that throws you in is like, "Now you won't make any trouble, will you?" No, of course you won't. And he kind of turns around and he's standing against the wall right here. You can hear Lilith kind of heaving in the room next to you, like. And you did catch a glimpse as you entered. Her room is like your room is kind of dark and like darkish. Like it's not really well lit. Like there's some torches on, but her room you could see light shining from her room, like shining brightly from her room. And you can hear her rattling against chains, and she's just like, "Listen, just let me out. Look, you don't like your boss, do you?" And the one guy's like, "Ha ha, yeah, okay, I don't like. You're ridiculous. You know that? You're funny. You're really funny. You're a funny one. You're cute." And she kind of is like, "Yes, shut up." Yeah. Amir, the guards are standing there.
Remind me to kill that guard.
Is there
Oh,
anything?
I'm gonna kill everybody.
Is there anything you'd like to do, Amir, while you're in your cell?
I don't think I really can do anything.
I mean, you've got with spells, you can do whatever you want.
Took away his arcane focus.
Yeah.
I mean, he might just want to wait till it's a better time, really.
Is it your arcane focus? Because I mean, I thought you had an arcane focus before you had that staff.
Yeah, he had.
I did, but I never really. I think it was just the previous staff that I had.
Oh,
Was it? I thought
I
it was a ring or something. I could have sworn you said something about a ring.
I have a signet ring. Could that?
Yeah.
Is it possible that could be the arcane focus?
if it is imbued with the magical energy that is
I don't think-
required,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you got nothing, bro.
Yeah, I think.
But
it was-
arcane
I think it
focuses
was-
just so you know, are only required for material components. Spells that require material components. So anything
Yeah.
that's just somatic and verbal, you can still cast.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if.
I've got a plan.
Yeah, but he's not there.
Sending requires a material component anyways.
So you can't use sending.
No, I'm looking at the spells, which what I need for what.
What? So we can send to you, I think. Does Ian have something?
Ian has a plan that involves
Yeah, I think Ian has a.
Gil going Batman.
Are you gonna?
I'm not
Are
gonna
you-
do anything right now, but.
Okay. So Amir, you just kind of sit up in the corner on a pile of straw, and Lilith's like, "Who's that? We got a new prisoner, huh? That's exciting." She kind of you can hear her struggling against the chains, and she's like, "Who's that over there? Who is it?" And you hear one of the guards like, "Hey, shut up!" And she's like, "No. I've been alone for a long time. I'm gonna talk to somebody." The guard's like, "Yeah, whatever." She's like, "Who's over there?"
And I hear that.
Yeah, you can hear it. It's open, like the doors of this thing are just bars, right?
Okay.
This is wall, but this is just bars.
Okay. So I say, so you're Gildat's half sister, is it?
Apparently, I didn't know I had a half brother. I mean, hey, how the frick are you traveling with Pierce Marlowe? My goodness, I haven't seen that guy in ages.
Or
He's very casual.
You
she,
said Pierce Marlowe.
yeah, guy, funky black and white hair. Jeez, and you hear all of a sudden her voice waver, and she's like, Pierce Marlowe. Why is he
What?
with you here? What is going on?
And I hear that, and I say, "What do you know of Pierce Marlowe?"
Pierce Marlowe was my best freaking friend. He was more than a friend. He was, my goodness. A lot of crap has happened since the last time I saw him. Jeez.
And when was that?
Oh, that would have been 3 years ago. 3 years, right? Right, Joe?
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I said when she was 14, but she was a little bit older than me, so
Yeah, probably
about
probably about 4 years ago. Like, yeah, that was like almost 4 years ago. Jeez, so much.
Well, yes, I'm a friend of Gil's and Pierce's. Your name was
Lilith. Lilith, yeah. What's yours?
mine is Amir.
Ah, Mir. Cool. Nice to meet you. Which one were you upstairs? I got a glimpse of you guys. Oh. Oh, thank you.
I was the one in the back of the room.
No way, you're the orange guy or the bronze skinned guy. Ah.
You're orange.
Listen.
Aren't you going to introduce yourself?
Listen.
Orange boy.
I know I
Wow, she
sound.
became a dick.
I know. Listen. I know I might sound a little uncaring and kind of rude, and I'm really sorry. I've been chained up in this place for like a week now, and I'm fed up because my whole freaking life for the past 4 years has been slavery and running, and I am tired of running. So if you're friends, if anybody can get us out of here, it's Pierce. And when he does, will you help me rip that guy's head off, please?
If I beat her to it.
Yes, we will.
And as you're talking about that, the guards clang on your doors and they're like, "All right, none of that talk. You're never getting out. Not until your friends come back with all the money."
Oh,
And you
Oh,
hear
yes,
Lilith like
there will be lots of money.
Lilith yells out, "He's like, yeah, of course you will. Shut up. You'll learn these guards kind of suck." And with that, we'll have that fade to black as you guys are headed back to the inn.
So, listen, guys. I have a plan. Sort of.
I want to know.
So,
no, before
Ian,
you enlighten me.
one minute.
Before you enlighten me. Does the plan involve me shoving a fucking knife through his throat?
Well, first I thought we should get the girl.
Oh,
And
yes, of
Amir.
Don't worry about Amir, guy.
No, we're gonna get Amir. We're gonna get Amir, guys. But I look. I can take one person with me, so that means everyone else that doesn't go with me has to be a part of some distraction, so that the place doesn't come crashing down on us.
Do you think he would be willing to kill Amir?
No, he wants Amir for money. I'm assuming because I mean Amir is very well connected.
If
Yes, that's.
If he-
But I don't think they would kill him. So I think Amir's safe. There.
he
Well,
wouldn't
that-
risk killing Amir, he would piss off like all of Court's Landing.
Oh, there's gonna be a fucking.
Not to
civil
mention
war.
he's a member of the Mage Tower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just saying.
I don't-
I can take one person with me. I just need to know if we're on board with this. Two of us, me and one other, would be sneaking in, and the remainder would have to form some sort of distraction.
First of all, I take off any magical items that are on me.
Okay.
And or Ian, can you like detect magic things?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
No.
Fuck.
No. I could try.
How much money do we have, just in case? We have to be certain.
I only have 200 gold on me.
I have about just over 2,000.
Oh, actually, and you also have 6,500 gold from Kale that was given to you because because Steve's not coming back, and he has gold. I've also it's like he doesn't need this and gave it to somebody. So you guys have an extra 6,500.
We have
Okay, well,
the sapphire dragon head. I'm sure that would basically be more than enough than he needs.
Yeah, but how
that's
would
a
we get there?
continent away. We can't
Yeah,
get
that's
that in a week.
It takes a week just to get there, and the week back.
What if
We
what if
could-
you contacted
Avalis.
Avalis and had her transport it here through the circles?
How would we contact her?
I don't know. I don't do magic.
Did oh god, I can't think of his name right. Oh, Talador.
Talamar?
Talamar. How much did he say that was worth?
He didn't say. He just said that collector would pay a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
Is there any way we could tell how much?
It was a giant fucking thing made of pure sapphire.
Look, I think
Greg?
I think I can get either Gil or Cyrus in unseen, and we can free her today.
Here's my question though: how the fuck does he know everything about us?
Yeah,
And
that's
does he know
that's a
about
little
me?
uncanny.
How the fuck does he know?
Gil, I wanna. You remember those things I made? We threw at the Drider. That bomb.
Yeah.
If you guys give me a little bit of time, I can craft a few more of those, and you can set them off in the keep.
But we don't want to risk having this whole town like turning their backs on us, because clearly he's made a name for himself. He's a very quote-unquote kind man. If we do anything to his palace, the whole town is going to be after us, and we don't need that kind of pressure right now. I also
don't know
have
what to-
silence. Just saying that, just getting that out there.
I as much as I appreciate that, I think what we need to do is we need to be smart. We need to think about this. What is your plan? You want to teleport in there and teleport out, Ian?
Essentially, yeah.
But here's my question.
And I
Yeah,
can
and-
bring someone along invisible.
But okay, so I've seen him do this essentially, right?
Yeah. I mean, you've seen him do the bloop thing before, yeah.
Like, does it make noise? Does it make light? Like, what? Like,
It opens a
'Cause-
door. There's essentially a door.
because if you
But
just pop
it
in
doesn't-
and pop out, like, are they gonna know?
I mean,
At that point,
only if they're
sorry.
there. They might see something strange, but they won't see us.
They might assume. I assume that now that they know.
I know. I have a spot. I don't think there's going to be anyone in.
Do you think we should do it tonight, or do you think we should wait a couple of nights?
Which is, we need to.
What if
Fuck,
Avalis?
we have a
Avalis is
week.
gonna be here. Avalis is gonna be here in 3 days. What if we waited for her?
shit, Avalis!
I suppose there is another problem though. If I take someone in, then there's now 4 of us that need to get out.
I don't want to create a giant massacre inside the
Amir,
palace.
you can, can you tell me the parameters of your spell? I need to know so I can formulate a plan in my head. My head, I cannot think properly. This has got me so flustered.
You
So
were asking
far-
me, Joe? Or
No,
Ian?
I'm Ian. Sorry, I meant to say it.
So far, I know I can take at least one person with me. I haven't had any successful trials with more than that, so I'm not sure how that would go.
And you can only cast this
Generally,
once?
No, I can cast this. Well, it'll take me some time to prepare myself, but I could potentially cast it up to 3 times if needed. Or if I really was getting crazy and wanted to drain myself, I might be able to cast it 4. But that's dangerous because the weave can be tricky.
And we don't need one of our major spellcasters knocked out before a fight.
Do we have any idea if the keep was magically enchanted in any way? Craig?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, great. My best one. Oh!
Okay, and now I also need you to make an insight check. I need you to make 2 checks.
What?
Oh my god, literally the 2 best rolls of the
Cyrus, here's what you're thinking. This is what you think, Cyrus. You think, okay, there are defenses for this sort of thing. You know about these. You've seen them before. You know, it could happen. But you have this... That guy was so full of himself and so arrogant, he probably wouldn't even bother. He probably thinks he can handle whatever is coming his way. You're basically banking on his arrogance alone. You feel pretty good. You're like, no, I think we're probably safe from that.
Alright, I need to do some math 1 second.
And
Okay.
once we escape with her, what do we do from there? I mean,
Do we run? Do we head
do we
back
stay?
to...
I mean,
Hide?
what's he gonna do? Confront
And
us in the
who's-
middle of town and say, "Hey, you escaped my kidnapping you?"
And who's
but
why does he need all the money, and who is his employer? Is he trying to start a war? Is that what's his main goal?
I don't know.
There are too many
I mean,
questions to outright kill him. There are too many questions to outright leave.
I think we should leave, though. That's the problem. If we get them out, we have to leave.
But we are also meeting Avalis here. What if they take Avalis and when she
That's
arrives?
my concern.
That would be
Fuck that.
suicide.
Avalis is a new problem because we have no fucking way to contact her without Emir.
Shit. Damn it. I
Damn it,
didn't
Craig,
think
you
about
thought of
that.
everything.
We need a mirror. Shit.
Is there any way, Ian? Is there any way you could, like, if you get in there and you save her, could you get Amir his staff?
Yeah, I can just take it with me.
We need to have a backup plan because we still need to. How the fuck can we get that fucking head across here?
All right, let's just say that I've done this sort of thing before.
I just look at Ian. Yeah, I figured.
I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna start crafting some explosive shit, Craig. So I'm going
Okay.
a little bit.
Can you make me some
Go ahead and make a
explosive
tinkering
arrows?
check.
I don't know.
I
I don't know what to do.
What are you trying to make? Sorry, what were you trying to make?
I'm
That will
trying
assign
to
the DC.
very similar to what I did, but I want to make it very grenadey. So you like pull a pin out. And
Okay, the pin mechanism is gonna. Okay, you managed to craft the thing that you did before. Essentially, you don't quite get the pin mechanism working, but you do have an iron ball that will explode if shot or if thrown and hit by something, or
Like an arrow.
rocks by something.
no,
Not an
it's gonna be
arrow.
like
It's gotta be
fire.
something flamey.
1, 2, 3.
So like
I'm
a
gonna-
flamed arrow.
I'm gonna give this to Ian. Ian, if you
Okay.
like,
I
throw
can get
some
us
fire.
all in.
You can get us all in. How?
4, 9, 15, 4, 5 each. So hold on. 1, 2. You see Ian he's sketching out like a graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need to do, and then I need 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 9, and then I need. So yeah, I can get us all in, but I'm gonna be very, very tapped.
don't I don't think
How
we need
are
to
we gonna
worry
get out?
Yeah, we need to worry
The-
about
The
getting
manual way.
The manual way involves us fighting an entire fucking castle.
We
Not if we're
can't
quiet.
afford.
It's just for note. It's not a castle. It is specifically, so you know, it is a house.
Mansion.
It's not
It's a
quite even
house.
big enough to be a mansion. It is a big house.
A
I
house.
I
I
What
counted
if we-
I counted like 10 guards plus, maybe more.
I really would like to avoid any kind of bloodshed if possible. I don't.
I
Oh,
only
God.
have I only have
If-
10,000 gold, but we can trade some of my items. I'll give up anything for Lilith.
Hey, we could get her out and then play dumb like we don't know why she's gone. Hey, you said we could have her. Yada yada yada. And it
But-
all works out. And he's looking for
this-
someone else.
But Ian, he knew where she was before. She didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, they still know
knows-
stuff. And
He knows
hey,
me.
And if
By
they
the
know,
way, while I'm saying this, I'm looking
Wait a
around.
minute.
and if he already knows everything about us, he still has a source to know everything that we're going to do, where we're going to be going, people that we're going to be talking to.
yeah,
Ian, I do have this vial of it's truth water that we got back in the south. If you want to take it with you as well, maybe you could force feed it to him. I wouldn't mind if you drown the motherfucker in him.
We need the
I'm gonna do a
information.
lot more to that fucking guy.
Are you going to be able to, Gil?
Oh, I'll die trying if I'm going to. Once I
at the
if I
very
take that
least, at the very least, we need to get in contact with the Volus. So I need to get the staff to Amir.
Write a note. Write a note with what you want him to know. That way you don't need to speak.
How smart is the staff as a snake?
As a snake, smart is it? The whole staff doesn't turn into a snake.
No,
Just the
it's
head of it does. Just the top of it does. So
Where are we at this point in time?
where are you? I'd say you guys made it back to the inn and are sitting
Okay.
in your room.
Okay, as we're talking, I'm gonna kind of start looking around. I'm like, how the fuck does he know? Like, I'm looking for something like an animal, maybe he's got a familiar or something.
Okay,
I'm
make,
gonna.
percep-
Sorry.
make a perception check, Gil.
Fuck me.
I mean, you looked around as you came in. Nobody followed you to your room or anything. You made sure of that, but you didn't really notice anything out of the ordinary.
I want
I'm
to
gonna
listen.
Inspect
listen really.
Gil himself.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Oh God.
You look over Gil's person. Nothing really stands out as something that could be like a scrying thing or anything like that. You're pretty confident that there's nothing magical feeding him information.
Damn it! We need a Volus. This is her specialty.
If
Gil,
Ian,
we should probably bury your friend.
Yeah.
Ian,
Yes.
if you and I go in, like you were talking about, just poof in and take somebody who's invisible, I can cast silence so nobody can talk or hear anything. We could get the staff to Amir, get the note to Amir. Nobody can raise any alarms as long as nobody gets out.
Yeah, I can get us both in and out too. In that instance, in which case nobody will even know that we were there. Nothing will have changed other than the note and the staff.
Nil, why don't you take this with you too? And I pull off my cloak of elven kind, and this will make it a little bit easier for you to get around.
She's gonna
Cloak
have
of
to,
A cloak of elven kind gives you advantage on stealth checks
when
and
you attune to it,
disadvantage on anybody trying to find you.
with
Yeah.
the
So-
attunement.
So Neil, I think the best plan, since the stealth thing is more like you and Gil and Cyrus's avenue, I'll watch to make sure nobody comes down and stumbles on us, and stay in the same spot. So to leave, just get back to me.
All right. Craig,
That's me.
Can I prepare silence?
If it wasn't, how many spells can you prepare a day?
I have 5.
And did you not have it prepared?
No,
Do you have 5 other spells prepared?
No. I just have these.
She just knows 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just know 5. Yeah, you don't have to prepare anything. You can cast
like-
silence.
Silence is also a ritual. Does that matter at all?
You don't have to cast it as a ritual.
Okay.
The thing is, if you cast it as a ritual, it has
It's
a
like 10
longer
minutes.
casting time, but it doesn't take it doesn't use a spell slot. But you can also just cast it in an instant, and it uses a spell slot.
Okay, that should be fine then.
How long does greater invisibility last? We got to be very careful about this.
I believe like a minute or something, right?
Yeah.
Greater invisibility is 1 minute. And for
Is
the
there-
sake of brevity, I will put you guys in an initiative order so that we can track an actual minute.
Does Ian know regular invisibility?
No.
Silence also lasts for 10 minutes.
So Ian's gonna take a second. He's like, all right, I need to prepare myself. And he's gonna sit down and start channeling into the weave.
Okay. And you guys watch, and it's a pretty cool thing to watch when you do it when he's not doing it on the. And you can actually see a flow manipulating around him as energy comes off of him and seeps back into him, but it changes as it does so. Okay, another 4th, and then 2 level 2s and 1 level 1 into another 4th. So you have 4 level 4 spell slots right now.
Yes. I'll mark off the things in my thing.
Yep, please do. Okay, cool. So
No.
that happens, and
Nil
Hey,
looks
John, if
over
we get
at...
your character killed, I'm sorry.
We're trying to get him out.
Oh
I
man.
promise.
Nil glances over at Cyrus and Gil. Do you guys have any kind of note or something that you want me to see if I can get to the girl?
I mean, she's coming with you. I'll just tell her in person.
Not yet. We need to get that staff to Amir first.
He's at the hide it first off.
Wait, are you
Also-
going in just to give him the note, or are you going in and saving her?
We're just doing the. We're trying to get. Oh, I can't talk. I'm meditating.
you can talk. It's fine.
Okay. We're gonna deliver the note and then get in contact with the Volus, because there's no sense in rescuing anyone if we don't know how they're finding us in the first place.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna write a note and I'll tell Craig.
Okay. This one's for Lilith?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the note? What does the note for Amir say?
Something is going off in the background.
That's my phone.
Oh,
sorry.
and I forgot to mention Craig. Sorry, I have to go right at 10. So yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
That's not good.
Yeah.
okay.
I
God.
forgot to mention. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Actually, we kind of have to send Gil rather than Nil, because Gil can move at max speed, right? He's got Skulker.
What?
What?
You can only move at half speed when you're stealthed.
Okay, we can have a talk about what feats I took. I took Observant. That's it.
Fuck.
But the thing is, if she's invisible, she still can make stealth checks and stuff. I'm a little more. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I did not take Skulker.
The only thing I'm thinking is, like, that prison was. Well, I guess we wouldn't know that.
Oh, I could just feel that it's guarded. All right, just saw. Just
I
seemed like
wasn't
the 10
talking about
years-
guarded. I was talking about
Right,
the
I'm off the
size of
phone.
the prison
Oh,
and like her sneaking up there and then
yeah.
back.
So, yeah.
I would. So who's making the note?
I'm making an. Oh, right, Craig.
For,
I'll write the note to Avalis.
Okay. Okay.
I would Ian also see if she can possibly let's say in the event we have to fucking pay him.
Is there any way to also send off a note to Court's Landing? I know it won't get there in time,
Get
but
there in 3 days.
We've got a week.
Just to say, hey, this corrupt guy is, holding your nephew hostage.
Yeah, that was kind of a hindsight thing. Like, what makes him fucking think that we couldn't do that?
It would just
I
take
probably raised the boy
longer.
hostage.
Actually, that's signed Pierce, Craig.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Well,
Look, add on a note for Valis that it's like sending like only a couple words. I don't know. He's gonna do it a couple times. I don't know.
30 words.
Add in if you can try somehow teleport the dragon the sapphire crystal at our trading post. Because if in the event we have to pay this motherfucker, we can't think of anything. We need a backup plan, and backup plan might as well be like we just pay him. And that could be payment.
How much money do we have? Like, how much is it worth? Can we tell, Craig?
how do we know she can even get that here?
We don't. That's why I just said try.
Okay.
Craig?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way
make a
unskilled int?
just make an unskilled intelligence check.
Damn, I'm rolling pretty well, though.
Yeah, everybody else
I mean,
is.
you figure it's worth like at least 50,000 gold. At least. You feel it would cover the cost.
Yeah, you know more about teleporting. Do you think she could get it here?
Let me knowledge
so-
check that.
With some help, she probably could.
Is that
Make-
Arcana?
Make an Arcana check.
I have Ian.
Oh,
Yes!
thank you, God.
We
I
needed
mean-
that!
Well, I
Ian-
do a lot of teleporting.
I mean, you figure the DM has to double check the spells, but
Ian, while he's double checking spells, do you think that if you drew a Finton teleportation circle, instead of her teleporting to the Lord's on the Lord's land, would she teleport here? Or would it be like a 50-50 chance?
You don't, like, that's not how
that's
this
yeah.
I
With,
have
with
no
that,
idea
with his
what
Arcana
magic
check, Ian,
does.
with that Arcana check, Ian, that's not how that works. You know that you probably have to cast that spell. You have to cast that
I
spell
still
for a
need to
month.
memorize the incantations, and I have to spend some time to truly build the circle and cement it to the landscape. Otherwise, I
Do
could
you
only...
even have 5th level spells yet?
No.
Nope.
That's what I thought.
You
That's what I'm saying.
figure,
I have to memorize the incantation.
and Ian, with that, you figure if they got a powerful wizard, you know what? You think even with the most powerful of wizards, like unless they
Sort
could
of the
cast
Archmage himself. I'm not... I don't know how else this could be done.
to teleport that thing, it would you'd have to teleport a spell, like use a spell something like Gate or something like that.
Yeah, you'd
like,
have to use super high level shit.
like
But-
9th level spells. Like it's gonna be tough.
Or a regular teleport if you wanted to chance it, but I don't know if this is something...
I mean, the thing
roll
about
the
regular teleport is
wheel
the
on.
object. The object that with regular teleport has to fit within a 10-foot cube, so she'd have to cut it up. That's what I was checking. She would have to break it apart.
How big was the thing?
The thing was 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall, and
Jesus
15 feet long.
Christ.
It was,
Yeah, this thing was
huge.
Yeah,
And your
the fact that
dwarf
Talamar
carried
could-
that?
Well, he had 20 strength as a
Fuck.
barbarian.
He had 20 strength, and he had the bear thing. The
Yeah.
And
bear.
he crit it,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
And he crit the athletics, so he just ran away.
He just gives him peace.
Wow.
All right. Well, at the very least, I could try to talk to him and say like, hey, I could guarantee
Wait.
your goddamn money, but I
What?
need to be able to transport it.
Why are we making this so hard? We could have Evola sell it and then have her bring us the money.
That works too. That's a good idea.
That also has another risk on time, and that's finding a buyer for a giant dragon head.
Yeah,
Sapphire dragon head in 10
I know
days.
some rich
It's up to
people
the king
within,
of fucking Amaranthine. I don't care.
I know some of the rich people within Amaranthine. Do you know any within Lien's? I know you don't like going to Lien's, but I'm assuming you know some people.
I could think of a collector or two. Some
They would
unsavory
pay
folk.
50,000.
Amaranthine basically 99% of the wealth is owned by 0.1% of the people.
Yes, I am aware.
Yes.
That didn't answer my question, though, Ian. This is important.
I mean, yeah, I know some people, but you might not want to attach my name to it.
You won't.
Well, then, just put that in the letter that you're gonna send. That you're gonna have Amir send.
All right. So let's talk about what these 30 words are gonna be.
You can do it more than once.
Okay.
Yeah, you could cast sending more than once, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I would know that. Shut up, Joe.
It's fine. I'm going to let you have a little bit of meta just because this.
Because
Complicated.
Craig's an asshole.
The games where I don't have to talk are my favorite ones.
All
I just
right.
watch you all squirm.
You know, I was legitimately like, oh man, this maybe will be like a happy fucking reunion. It'll be all cool.
I was
and-
like, something is going on here. When I am asked to remove all of my weapons, nothing good could come out of that.
Yeah, as soon as that came, I knew it was already bad.
It's like, well,
What? It was just a
shit.
formality.
Shh. Bill's only got 10 minutes. Let's figure out this letter.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's right.
Okay. So, we're gonna tell her.
5-letter words. God damn it.
I got it. Amir captured. So what's the guy's name?
Lord
Jamish.
Or
Lord
douchebag.
Damish to ransom. Need assistance and 50,000 gold for ransom. How many words is that?
I'm not counting.
Wait,
Here,
I'm
here.
typing it out.
Rip.
That is
And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 words.
that's 14 words. Oh, I'm doing good.
So,
Have-
Dragon Head.
Have Sapphire Dragon Head in HQ.
Do trading post.
But not gold.
Specific.
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
But not gold.
Okay.
How many words is that? No, I think you're good still. You're still good. You're still
15,
good.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
23. Anything else we want to put in here?
I mean, he can cast it more than once. We should know that.
Yeah, but what if the guards start paying attention to him mumbling and like take his shit away?
Why would he mumble?
Just
'Cause he's
send the
casting a
spell.
spell.
He has to talk.
Oh, does he? I
Yeah.
mean, what are they gonna do?
You just hide the staff under his bed.
So anyway,
Ed.
We should
Hey,
also
Stack,
probably
whatever.
warn her about the
put the staff
guards
in
with
his
the teleportation circle.
poop bucket.
Did you hear
sorry.
that?
What?
You should probably warn her about how they might take advantage of her teleporting here. Might take her as hostage as well.
Oh yeah, right. Fuck.
Oh, use caution.
Upon arrival?
Upon arrival. Yeah.
Amir's voice echoes in the back of your mind. That's what Amir would say.
Yeah.
24,
One,
25,
one,
26.
wait. Yeah. 1 week.
I guess Amir could say, instead of Amir is captured, he could say I'm captured since he's
Yeah.
sending it.
Oh no.
I speak in the third person.
Sorry guys, it is 25 words.
It
Oh,
is?
so we gotta leave off that last part.
Sorry, I just read it.
Oh, yeah, it is. My bad.
I thought it was
Alright.
30. You know what? I told you it was 30. You can use 30. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, deal fiat.
So I write the note and then I close it up and I say send to Avalis and I write like I guess the magical arcane word for send
Okay.
symbol.
Okay.
And then yeah, are we ready? I hand it to
Is
Nil.
anything else after the use caution upon arrival? Or no?
No, that was it.
That was
You're not
it?
going to write
Told-
1
told-
week?
We told her the price, right?
Was there are there any words left?
He can't. I mean, he could cast it multiple
Okay.
times.
This is the message. I'm captured. Lord Jamish to ransom. Need assistance and 50,000 gold for ransom. Have Sapphire Dragon head in HQ, but no gold. Use caution upon arrival. And that
Love
is...
Ian.
Love
That was-
you.
Yeah, that was 27 words.
He also is going to use another word just to make a heart.
So yeah,
Well,
an
say-
emoticon.
Love Ian Hart equals
Well,
3.
no.
Or no, not equals 3.
Say,
Less than 3.
add sell the head, or sell the sapphire.
I thought we already put that in there. It said
We
we,
didn't
have the
specifically
head,
say-
not the gold.
No,
so
you
that
just
could-
said you just said head at HQ. You didn't-
I don't want to give her specific ways to accomplish it because I want her to use her problem-solving ability. Maybe she'll put it up as a loan against something so that she can actually get the money faster. Maybe she'll do something with the mage tower since sapphires are used as spell components a lot.
Just
Hey,
give.
Gil,
Oh, we just.
can I borrow your slippers?
Yes,
Ooh.
yes.
Thank you.
I hand her the slippers of spire climbing.
Should you be wearing Gil's things?
Shh. Let's just get. He's got to leave.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's do this.
I'm so
So I'll
stressed.
say
Are we
you take a
phased?
short rest. I'll say you take a short rest so that Nil can attune to those items.
And it takes me a short rest to convert the spells anyway.
Oh right, okay. With that complete, are you rolling out?
All right.
I have the
You
staff
ready, Nil?
and the 2 notes.
Okay, I want an opinion from you guys. Do you want to start with this next time, or do you want to do this now when Ryan's not here?
I would
You know what?
like to be here.
Ryan.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
only fair if we wait.
No, I want to keep going. Damn it,
I
Ryan.
want to keep going too.
You
I'm
can watch it on
sorry.
YouTube. I missed my first dragon kill. You can let us do this.
Just not the whole heist, Ryan. Just the delivering a message, which Gil isn't even a part of anyway.
Okay,
We're
fine.
gonna rescue her next time.
Yeah, next time is
Dragon
rescue
Ball
mission.
Z.
Yeah.
All right, well you're gonna try to. Okay, so you guys gonna do this?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to use the
Stupid.
bathroom first, if that's okay, because I'm going to pee myself. I'm so
Fuck
fucking
Alright.
Craig.
stressed.
All right, let's take a bio break so you guys can
All right.
pee, and then you'll come back and do your stealth mission. And-
Fuck you, Craig. You
Good
piece
job,
of shit.
Craig.
No, I'm
For the
rather
first fucking time, I got the fucking nervousness that I only have gotten when I was like fighting like fucking end bosses and goddamn WoW. Okay.
We're watching Crit Roll in the fucking
Watching
the
Crit Roll.
Whitestone saga.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm victorious.
Oh my god.
Fuck
Also,
you,
there-
Craig.
This is
Also,
partially my fault.
I feel like the woman.
Oh no, Ian, what we Mike, what we talked about, this isn't even that.
Oh, because I did distinctly say having like a party villain would be cool.
You know, I was hoping there would be a happy fucking reunion. Gil would be like, why'd you leave me, man? Like fucking, like Fresh Prince and shit. But like, you know,
I had to, I had to because I loved you. It kept you safe. No, he has other reasons.
not well. You know what? That means I can Zuko this shit.
Alright, so Nil has the staff, the 2 notes, the cloak of elven kind, and the slippers.
Correct.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So basically, you're completely fucking immune to hearing. Unless, like, hearing's the only thing they can do, and you can cast silence.
No, smell is the only thing.
They have a weird. They have
And
a
touch.
dog down in their basement
I'll
that
be
just
right back,
smells for
guys.
you.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Ian and ask, if I cast silence, it lasts for 10 minutes, and the guards are obviously gonna talk to each other within those 10 minutes, assumingly.
Can you be quiet without the spell?
Hopefully. I've never
You're
climbed
a
on
spell.
walls
That-
before, but I can certainly try.
The cloak should help you. Anyway, I gotta go to the bathroom. So
I thought you already
Oh.
went.
real quick.
Actually, I have to go to the bathroom too. Actually, so you guys can keep talking. I'll be back.
Bye.
Fuck. Okay, I'll just type it in chat then. Before I.
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry. I heard you saying something just as I got up. What's up?
I real quick. So while this is all happening, I'm gonna take the sack with Saint's head and I'm gonna go fucking somewhere quiet and bury it.
Okay.
And then cry and be like, "You were the father."
I mean, oh, that's so sad. And he has his freaking sword. Doesn't that just eat you up?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking.
Good.
I'm gonna go on a goddamn killing spree. I'm gonna go on a killing spree.
Let the hate flow through you.
Can I roll for force lightning?
No.
Fuck.
Make an Arcana check right now.
Shit. Okay, let's go. Let's go right now. Natural 20. Come on, let's do this.
No.
You you're kneeling at his grave and you go no, and lightning sparks over your hands. But you figure that's the only time you'll ever be able to do that. Okay,
Ian's in the background waving his hand.
It's Ian. I'll be right back, guys. I have to.
Okay. All right. See you guys next week.
Okay. Bye,
Okay.
Ryan.
Have fun,
I
Ryan.
love you too.
Oh man. And I thought Amir's family was fucked up. I guess I'm the only
Yeah.
one. Oh, cool.
Okay,
I'm not
so-
the only one here.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was gonna be fun. You got to do a solo Metal Gear Solid mission.
Yeah, and I'm a little nervous because of all these rolls. I haven't had an above 9 today.
Well, now's your time to shine.
Now's my time. I'm so nervous for Nil. She's so concerned.
I did pack
Alright.
a couple extra 4th level slots just in case shit goes wrong.
She's not she's not completely concerned with this whole stuff. She's also concerned about her own family because she took Gil to her house when he got super drunk. So even if this guy didn't know about Nil before, he certainly does now, and he knows where her family is.
Well, I feel like the Galvan family will be kind enough to shelter your family for a while.
I hope so.
Right?
Dude, the
Oh,
Galvans
jeez.
are gonna come in on a rescue mission.
Oh man.
Guys,
And
I
is
love this game.
somebody writing a letter to Quartz Landing? Just like a regular letter.
I think it would be Amir would be the one to do that, right?
I mean, I already
Yeah.
sent one just telling them about the deliberations, but no, they won't know. They'll be like, "Oh, Amir's fine."
Guys, I just
So,
I
Did
needed
you tell-
some hate.
Did you talk to John before this happened? Because I feel like
Nope.
taking away.
no, I had no idea. We actually have been talking a lot, but I was completely surprised by this.
I mean,
I didn't-
if what Amir was, me and John have been talking, and he might have done one thing before this, and if he did that, then this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it could have went totally different.
But still would have sucked. Still would have
God,
sucked.
Craig, you got both me and Gil in a fucking toehold.
Yeah. Well, okay. When you guys decided, oh yeah, maybe Lilith should be like Gil's half sister, I'm like, oh, your world will crumble before me, and I
Oh my God.
decided that a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I thought this would be something that could happen, and you know what? It did happen, and it
I
feels
mean-
great.
I'm glad. See, I think this is the first time when you guys actually hate, and I think I needed that as a DM.
I don't hate you at all. Don't start.
Oh,
I'm
good.
enjoying this very much.
Yeah, I mean,
I
just
feel like
because
this is Nil's like initiation.
This is like
Yeah,
the most.
This is like the real test.
Yeah.
This is the most stressful. This is the most stressful like day of your lives. Like you figure you had the whole kale burning through his hand, like holy symbols, and freaking out and speaking like a madman, and then you come here, and the very same day, all this happens.
I don't know. There was the time Aelin nearly jumped into hell. The time when
That's
he
true.
went to heaven to escape hell.
And then the time that it didn't work.
There's also the time that I got hit by a cart full of alchemy goods, and
That's
was
true.
hospitalized for 3 months.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
you also got magic powers for no reason.
Yeah, he didn't know that for a while.
Okay, I think 4 of you are here. Do we want to do this?
Alright. Yes.
Now, I have one thing to say before we start this. Neil, you best roll well on stealth.
I'm
Anyway,
so
how we go?
scared.
All right, so as we begin,
Don't pull a
how,
key.
how's
Don't
this
pull a
going
key.
down? How's this
So-
going down?
I don't know.
Ian's gonna walk up to Nil. You ready?
She's visibly nervous.
I'm assuming you guys are going to wait till night. Is that correct?
Remember, you'll be fine. If things go completely wrong, just shout, run, and I will get to you, and we'll be out of there.
Okay. And
Um,
yes, we're doing this at night.
Okay. I just need to rearrange some tokens if that's the
I mean-
case.
They can see. That's the thing.
Okay, so we're doing this?
Yep.
All right, so Ian's gonna take a moment. He starts chanting, and both Ian and Nil disappear.
You are completely
so-
invisible.
Yeah.
You now have 1 minute. Go.
So nobody can see you now. All right, here we go. And then, whoop, and I'm dimension dooring to the end of that hallway corner that I looked at.
Yeah,
so that
you
I know
are.
exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, you are. I knew you were going to do that, you sneaky.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not so sneaky. I mean, you knew he was gonna do it.
I know.
I'm very careful about what things I see in recording locations now.
Okay, so
He's
you
always paranoid.
you appear in this hallway, and Neil, looking down the hallway, you see stairs heading down.
Just gonna...
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna head down those stairs.
Okay.
Greg's like,
And Ian, you're waiting?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait up here and watch to see if anyone approaches to the downstairs, and just sort of like, keep watch essentially that
Ah,
more
son of a
shit
bitch.
doesn't enter the fray.
Okay, take a perception check, just really quick. Or are you going to look out this door or no?
The
door.
Which door?
Alright, I was on the wrong tool. This one? Are you going to look out it, or are you just nothing?
Oh, I'm gonna be actively keeping an eye out, essentially, for other people coming down and things like that.
Yeah, there's only stairs going down in this hallway. So, or sorry, you weren't on the right thing. You know the door you looked through in order to see that hallway in
Uh-huh.
the first place? Are you
Uh-huh.
going to look through that door?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
I mean, you just creep. You know what? Screw it. You creep the door open and you look, and you can see there are 6 guards in the main throne room.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna keep an eye on the door itself.
All right, that's the wrong floor. Okay, so Lyceum basement. Here we go. Where is Nil? There is Nil.
Scene one.
All right, go Nil, go.
How tall is the ceiling?
Ceiling is about 12 feet up.
All right, I'm gonna.
All ceilings. Made of completely stone down here.
Okay.
But
can
actually, 12. Maybe not 12. Maybe 10 feet up.
Okay.
It's like a normal story.
I'm gonna use the slippers, and I'm gonna get on top of the ceiling, and I'm gonna walk down the hallway.
Go for it. So, on the ceiling, you walk down the hallway. You get to about here, and you see guards standing there. I need you to make a stealth check with advantage.
Please.
That cloak of Elvenkind.
Thank you.
That's a
Bill.
pretty solid roll, regardless.
They-
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They turn, and they just keep walking, kind of like... They're actually chatting. They're like, yeah, I mean, those guys that came in today, crazy stuff, right? And he's like, yeah, I mean, we took a prisoner. We rarely even do that anymore. It's nuts. You gonna keep going?
Yep.
Okay. So, you get into this room. I need you... So, what are you doing once you're in this room? You don't know what Selamir's in.
How tall is the ceiling?
Yeah, this room, the ceiling's probably like 15 feet tall.
All right, I'm still in the ceiling. I see the light that's coming out of one of the cells. One of the
see
cells.
a light. You see tons of light coming out of this back room.
All right, I'm gonna go back there because that's where I'm assuming that Lilith is gonna be because of the statement he said about making sure it's all light.
Yes. Okay. Make a stealth check. with advantage.
Please no.
That greater invisibility and cloak of element 9. Okay,
Nice.
Yes.
you make it across the room, and their passive perception not even close. All right, so you make it across the room, and you see Lilith, and she's just she is chained to the wall, arms and legs. Her arms are suspended out to her side, so they're as far apart as possible, and she's just hanging there, crestfallen, like destroyed.
Hey, Craig.
Yep.
Can I make a what'd you do? A perception check?
What's
There
your
you go.
passive? What's your passive perception?
Oh, passive. Okay.
Yeah, because you're not actively looking for nil.
No. But I doubt it's 18. It's lower than that. It's 13.
Okay. All right, so Nil, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move I'm gonna move to the cell that's next to Lilith and check in there. I'm gonna
Okay.
hang above the door.
Across the hallway or beside?
Beside.
So you go down the hallway. You hang in. I mean, you're like silent right now. You look in and you see Amir, like kind of asleep, kind of just sitting there. All that fun stuff.
I'm going to take the note.
Okay.
And kind of like airplane it into his cell.
Okay, make
Ooh.
an unskilled dex check with advantage. Okay. Pew! It goes boop and hits Amir right on the forehead. Amir, you kind of stir in your sleep, and there's all of a sudden a note on your body.
She takes
Isn't
the
it in-
staff.
Is it still invisible? I have to
The
ask
note,
that.
the note isn't invisible. Once it's off her person, it's not invisible anymore.
Okay.
She takes the staff and kind of puts it through the bars and then lays it like standing up against the door.
Okay, Amir, all of a sudden you see materialize your Staff of the Adder right beside the door.
Okay.
Out
I
of
see
nowhere.
that.
Like it's just whoop, and there's a Staff of the Adder just sitting there.
Okay. Upon seeing to cast greater invisibility on himself and grab the staff.
Wait. Sorry. I missed all that. You
Right.
cut
Oh.
out for me.
I can't. Okay, I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run over, grab the staff, and then cast greater invisibility on myself.
Okay. Nil, you watch as Amir disappears in front of you, and the staff as well.
Nil smiles and then moves back over Lilith's door.
Okay.
And then
Go ahead and move yourself.
she's gonna take her note and then do the same thing.
Okay, make an unskilled dex check with advantage.
The only problem is she's tied up.
I know. Oof.
Man,
You
you're
throw
rolling
it,
well
it
now.
goes-
Ah,
Blink right, it goes blink right off her head. She stirs and looks down at the paper and looks around the room. And she whispers ever so quietly, like so quiet, I need you to make a perception check to hear her.
Please pass this. Please pass
Like
this.
just under her breath. Yep. You hear her say, just blow out the torches. That's all you hear her say.
can I do that from here?
You would have to get into the cell to blow out to turn off the torches.
I wouldn't. You should get in.
I can't right now. I can't risk it.
You say that to her?
No, I'm thinking that. That's,
Okay.
That's
No,
me.
No,
as
that's Velvet thinking out loud.
yeah.
Okay. You hear her just saying.
Velvet thinking out loud should think I should get Ian.
You hear please, just blow out the torches, just please. I know somebody's there. Just blow out the torches. And she just keeps saying it over and over and over again.
Nil's gonna leave.
Okay. The DM cries. The guard comes over to the cell door and goes, "Oi, be quiet in there." And kind of goes back to his post. So where you're gonna go back to Ian?
Yes.
You go back to Ian, and you make it to him. Fine. Make one more stealth check with advantage just to do it.
This is where she rolls. Okay,
Okay,
well,
17.
advantage.
Yep, I know. You vroom, and you make it back to Ian, no problem.
I'm reassuring myself, Craig, not you.
Okay. You make it back to Ian. This is just about the time your greater invisibility would drop. Because it's been about a minute. It's been about a minute. So, whoop, you are visible.
So, I see Nil in the hallway.
Yeah, you see her in the hallway, on the roof, on the ceiling.
We're
visible.
Is it time to go?
Yes, it's time
Okay.
I grab her hand and then
Whoop! And all of a sudden, Ian is in the inn room. Amir, we'll get to that in a second, but I'm really curious. Amir, now that you're invisible for 1 minute, what are you doing?
Okay. Amir reads the note.
Okay.
I guess he can make sense of it that they want to send this to Avalis.
Yeah. I mean, on the outside of the note, it says send to Avalis. So,
oh yeah, he did put the symbol for sending, right? So
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I send that message to Avalis.
And you hear her whisper. You hear her whisper back to you because sending can do that. I believe. I'm
Mhm.
double checking, but
Yeah.
Okay, and all you hear whisper back is to you, "What the heck are you guys getting into?" That's all you get back. And then you actually get a message in your head.
I get a message. Okay.
You get a message, and it's Avalis, and it says, "You guys are insane. Why? What have you done? I'll do my best to get the gold. See you in a couple of days. Don't die."
Love
I just sent
Avalis.
We'll try.
And then and then at the end it says, "Is Ian safe?"
Yes, Ian is safe. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I'm in
And
a
then-
cell, but yes, Ian's safe. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, Ian, Amir, what are you doing?
Now,
You're
is there
invisible.
anywhere- Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, but
I really
You're only
wish we
invisible. You're only invisible for
Yeah.
1 minute.
yeah, exactly. I'm going to see if I can hide. Well, there's what is in the cell? There's nowhere to put this staff, is there?
I mean, this is a solid wall, so technically, if no guard came in and you had the staff right leaned up against it, they would never see it, just because
okay.
they never come in. If somebody comes into the room, they're going to see you leaning a staff against the wall.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah, I just put it there. There's no bed. There's just straw or whatever.
There's straw.
Yeah. All right. I put it up against that wall. I drop my invisibility and then just stay put.
Okay.
Nothing
You're not
really-
going to go fireball range paging because you have your staff now?
Yeah, but there were a
That
lot
bait.
of guards, and we're not there. I can understand why he doesn't want to murder everyone yet.
That DM
Also,
bait, though.
Also, we don't know if they're a Freedy yet. If they're a Freedy, maybe.
Well, now he can do magic. Now he
yeah,
can
are
do-
they Afridi guards?
No.
Now that he can
Now
do
he can what?
magic, he could do some shit with Lilith.
I mean, that's up to
Yeah.
Amir.
I could.
Prestidigitation, that fucking lights out. Choo, 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 choo.
All the
He'd
lights
have
in
to
the-
know that, though.
Yeah.
She did say at the beginning when they were yelling, just turn off the lights, let me go at you. Give me 5
Did I-
minutes.
Okay, Amir, make an unskilled intelligence check
Oh, come on, Amir.
to see if you remember it.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't even know if I would have heard that, but
She yelled
She
at
was
everybody.
screaming.
She was screaming.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Even so, Amir, you are just really happy that you know your friends are
Oh,
out
when-
there for you.
when you meant in the throne room,
Yeah, in the throne room.
In the throne room.
I misunderstood. I thought you meant right now when she was whispering.
No, when
You could
she
also
was
just
screaming.
talk to her.
Okay.
You hear Lilith actually start talking out loud. Amir. She says to the guard, "Hey, guard." And then you hear a guard going, "Like what?" And he says, "Just know, I think that lamp's burning down." The guard's like, and he's like, "All right." And he opens the door, and you see him. You can hear him like, "All right, there's another one." And he lights another torch, and you see another. Well, you don't see, but You hear him lighting a torch and setting another one up in the room.
What is this child, a hellspawn?
No, I know exactly what's going on with her. Actually, it's really, I get it.
Okay, but none of us
No.
none of us do.
So Amir, you hear that, if that matters.
Yeah, but I don't know.
If Amir,
It'd be
Amir
against
probably
his.
is just gonna. Yeah, Amir's just he got his letter. He sent it to Avalis. He figures that the rest of them have a plan, so he's just going to.
Also, I
Stick
think
to-
it'd be out of character for Amir to put a fire out.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Oh man. Okay. So
Once
with
the-
that,
you wanna snuff out the
Ian.
torch to the-
I mean, out of character. Yeah, I would love to just fireball this.
fireball the whole room. Ian and Nil, you guys return to the. I'm just curious. You couldn't get them all. Room's too big. So Nil and Ian, you appear just outside of the inn. You kind of walk up to your room, and everybody else is sitting there waiting.
How'd it go?
Smoothly. I
Oh.
got the letter to Emir and Lilith, although I don't know if she'll be able to read it. They've got her tied up in chains and torches lit all around her. She kept whispering, blow out the torches, just blow out the torches. I assume that she can do some pretty nifty stuff in the dark, but I couldn't risk it being found out.
I don't
Well, I-
blame you, but God, fucking, I take my short sword and I stab it through the table.
You know, we don't own this room.
You know, yeah. I could make a return trip and get rid of the torches, but I'm a little bit unnerved. Why is she so intent on having the lights off? I mean, I've known girls like that, but this seems something a little bit different.
Ian,
I don't
please.
What?
This is
I
not the
don't
time for
know. Please.
it. It sounds like she has something stealthy, and she's very good with not being seen.
When we were kids, she was always in the shadows. She was a lot like Gil in that, like, she was very good at.
Stealth.
Yeah, she was always seemed to feel one with the shadows, really. Which was really, it was really weird because she was always she's the kind of person that she would brighten up the room she would walk into.
That was very cheesy for this moment.
It's not meant to be cheesy. It's meant to be honest.
Literal. Okay.
They only had 2 torches in the main room that weren't the cells, and she was the cell that had, the light coming out of it, and Amir was the cell right next to hers, on the right side.
Well, and what was Amir's reaction?
I booped him with the note, and I slid the staff through the bars, and he got up immediately, did greater invisibility, or I'm assuming that's what that was, because it looked like what you did to us, and he took the staff, and that was it. That's all I saw, since, invisibility.
I see.
Or do you? Because invisibility.
It was spooky.
Well, Amir with his staff is a formidable prisoner, so I think we can call this a success. Now it's just a matter of time before we hear from Avalis.
As you say that,
Over the intercom.
no. Actually,
Okay,
I need Ian make a wisdom saving throw because you don't know what's happening.
Oh. Oh my. A saving throw, you say?
Oh, thank Lord.
You now get a message in your ear that says, "Dang it, Ian! I was just trying to check in on you." I have to resist my spells. And
And I let her look at me, but I show her an image of my butt.
no. In order for you to do that, you'd literally have to get up and moon the room.
No.
Like she was trying to scry
my
you.
clothes butt.
Your clothed butt. Okay.
Yeah. And I'd be like,
Um,
hey, my eyes are up here, honey.
Um, you guys watch as Ian. This is like in front of you. You see Ian stand up, turn around, and bend over, and say, "Hey, my eyes are up here, honey." Like
Ian,
Cyrus
what are you
and Gil are
doing?
kind of like, "Huh?"
Then I turn around and I say, hey, what's up?
Okay, so you get in your ear another spell. I think how many of these does she have? She doesn't have many more. Where is it? Oh, I got a message.
Until she turns into a sorcerer.
Sorry, I just need to find her character sheet. I apologize. Elibri Evalis. Spell slots. Oh, shoot.
I mean, she could cast it at a higher level, can't she?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she can. She can. You're right. So you get another message. It says, she's like, listen, I will be there tomorrow morning. This seems urgent. I will return and figure something out with Kale. But my method of transportation tomorrow will be slightly more dangerous. I may not show up. If I'm not there by tomorrow evening, something went wrong. All right?
Oh, that worries me. Is there a safer way, or
She's okay, and so another message. I gotta make sure I'm spending her spell slots properly. You get another message that says, "My only other option is to use their teleportation circle and try to escape through that. I could turn myself invisible and come to you. Hopefully that would work. Where are you all located?"
Golden root.
Golden Root.
yeah,
Golden Root. Okay.
He
And I will
whispers it while she's talking in his head.
She's like, "Okay, I'll see you in the morning."
wait, one more thing.
She sends another message and uses her last 4th level spell slot. And she says, "What?"
What are you wearing right now?
Oh my god.
You don't get a message back. And that is where we will end the session for today.
Oh my god. This has been a
Honestly,
fuck
I
fest.
like this.
I couldn't help it. This is D&D sexting.
Okay. Except she can only do it so many times a day.
Mm-hmm. Sure she can.